y'all together. Cause y'all
Like, I
y'all
mean,
y'all cool as hell with each other, and y'all both have Kareem #1.
And you
I mean,
both have
rightfully
dreads,
so. Rightfully so. He is #1.
which is crazy.
Yeah, you should
Like
not
that's
be.
how we judge twins now. That's just
Man,
automatic twin talk.
Yeah.
You guys have dreads, so
that's my treacherous little twin.
You know what, Dub? That's lightweight racist, bro.
I didn't even. That was Jay. Jay said that. I didn't say that. Why you saying my name? Jay, look at you, Jay.
I've
You.
known
That was
Bobby longer than
you.
you, so
I didn't even say anything.
that's what you get, bro.
I said y'all put. I said y'all packed up together. You and Ron. We came up with a new nickname for Bobby and Ron. It's called Robbie. Robbie is an elite duo. I partied with Robbie. I love those guys. Those are my dogs. But that is, and I said the reason we a lot of people put them together is mainly because uh they both have Kareem #1. They both love the older generation, and you feel me? That's why I put them together. Then
You,
Jay's gonna go off the cliff just because they have dreads. That's
you,
wild.
you know,
That's
you know
wild,
what's
Jay.
crazy is I've now known Bobby, Shaq, and Ron for 10 years now. I
That's
think
so
it's
dope.
officially 10 years because I think was that 2012, 2012, 2013. I think was that
Yeah,
year.
20. I think it was 2012.
Since I was born, that's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah. Happy 10th birthday, Mars.
It's coming soon. 2 weeks, and I'm finally turning 11.
You gonna
Pretty
make
soon.
a wish, blow out your candle.
Pretty
I
soon we
just
Fake.
can
hope
start.
that more stats get created so I can just read them. That's all I pray for. Just more stats.
Just new stats.
Yes,
Pretty
always
soon we
hoping
can
for
we
new
can start
stats.
planning your bar mitzvah,
Oh,
right? Mars.
we got Robbie in the building.
Looking
Yes,
forward to it.
Robbie in the building.
Hello, Ron.
What's going on, fellas? Hey, y'all can hear me?
Oh
Yes,
God,
sir.
it's one of these, huh? What do you think you're doing? Where
Y'all can
you
hear
at?
me?
Yes.
Ron,
Can you hear
we it,
us?
I think we got you, Ron. Where are you calling in
You
from?
yeah? Are you calling in from NASA?
I'm calling in from 1982, Old Age Media. We're checking in right now.
Oh man, I
Dub,
hated
I
that
sent you.
highlight reel.
Dub, Dub, I sent you a telegram. It should arrive in the next 2 3 days.
Can't wait.
Is
Can't
it
wait
You
to
know,
open it.
you
coming in
know,
on
the, you know,
horse and buggy?
he can't read nothing that's not digital. So
So I need you guys to mail in your super chats for the panel today. If you don't mail them in
Mailing,
today, you will not get them.
mailing in super chats is crazy.
Melanin
Oh,
super chats is actually awesome. That's a great idea.
yo! Before we get too far, Happy New Year's,
Old Age
fellas.
Media.
happy New
Happy
Year,
New
Happy
Year.
New
JD.
Happy New
Year.
Year.
Happy
Everybody,
20,
fucking New
chat.
Year, bro. I'm
2023.
I'm glad y'all had a good night. Y'all made it back in one piece. Happy for you guys. We're gonna start 2023 with a bang. We ended 2022 with a bang, boys, didn't we?
2022 ended eventfully. I'll say that ended eventfully.
Oh my god. It was the craziest thing, bro.
What happened, Dub?
If y'all didn't see Open Gym, please watch Open Gym. And what's the timestamp, Mars? What's the timestamp?
Um, I want to say around 2 hours 45, around there
So
is where you're looking.
go to 2 hours and 45, and one of our premier guests just left unexpectedly. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was the Wi-Fi or anything. It's just, but when we read up the stats about Ben Wallace guarding Shaquille O'Neal, it disappeared.
Dub, so what
So
you're trying to say is it was just ironic that the guest just happened to leave at the time that somebody was happening to cook?
yo, yo, what me and Mars did right there, it was like Steph and Clay, Kobe and Shaq, and it was just bad. It was so bad, bro. And then when Ticket asked for the stats from Mars, Mars just like he just ended it. He just ended it. And I was like, wow. I was like, wow. Love
You
Ticket
know,
though.
if you
Still
you
love.
know if you cut his name off, if you cut the light off and say his name 3 times, he's gonna pop up. So you better be careful. You better be careful.
Uh,
Crazy. Uh,
Dub gonna do it on purpose.
I would do it on
Demon
purpose.
time. It's demon time.
yo, this is how crazy 2022 was for Players' Choice. So our YouTube channel, I actually didn't know this. I totally forgot kind of like the numbers. So on TikTok, I think we were at like 50,000, respectable. Now we're knocking on 260,000, which is crazy. Our YouTube channel, we only had 5,000 subscribers a year ago.
January?
A year ago, 5,000 subscribers.
Wow.
So we gained almost 60,000 subscribers in a year. It's absolutely bananas, bro. Everybody that's been rocking with us for the last 2 years. Shout out to everybody who's been with us from the get. But I know a lot of people have, well, clearly the majority of people have just come to find out who Player's Choice is in 2022. And we appreciate y'all, for real, man. It's bananas. We were actually just talking about before the show how wild it is to see what Player's Choice is. And, I mean, we're not going to get too hung up on it because 2023 is going to be, we have more, even more to go. Even more to go.
You got any goals, JD, or projections or anything?
I think that we could get to 200,000 subscribers easily this year.
Yes, like that beam.
But
yo, chat. Can we get like a prediction on what our season to be? Like y'all can say anything. Y'all can say like 2005 Kwame Brown if you want to.
I love that.
Or you guys can give us like maybe a 1997 Jordan, 1988 Jordan. I love that. But let us know what you think that our year will be in terms of a player.
Yes, that's elite. And if you're watching after the live, make sure you leave a comment and let us know what kind of year we're about to have. More importantly, forget the numbers. I hope that in 2023 we can organize some kind of like meetup. Maybe we're too early into it. Maybe logistically it just, who knows what it looks like, but I would love to be able to do that. I don't know where the majority of everyone's tuning in from, but I'm sure we could poll the viewers and figure that out so we could find a spot that we could link with the fans. That would be dope.
And everybody bring their basketball shoes. Bring your basketball shoes, bring your shorts, bring your favorite lucky draws, and bring all that shit you be talking in the comments. So I'm shutting shit down.
I can't wait for Mars. I can't wait to see you, Mars. I'm not even gonna lie.
We're starting.
Gotta turn 18 before I can travel.
Shit.
8 more years.
Yeah,
No, not 8 more years. He's 5.
Oh,
okay, it's like 13 more
13
years.
Yeah, we got 13 years and stuff.
We got some comparisons, Ron.
2036. 2036. Can't wait.
We're getting 95 Dream, 2015 KD, KG Son, 2020, 22. Jesus, bro. 22, 23 Julius Randle.
That's heat.
2012 LeBron.
Look at the Knicks fans coming out and supporting. Love you guys.
He's always in here, bro. Shout out to KG Son, bro. I feel bad. He probably sheds a lot of tears night in and night out watching those bum ass Knicks.
I feel bad for people who watch the Knicks. I don't watch the Knicks like I want.
I've watched the Knicks play 2 games this season. One was the Luka 60-point not foolishness, and the other one was Pascal Siakam having 52. So
I don't care about them at all.
Yes, I'm not 18 and I be talking disrespectful about Kobe. Yes, correct.
Yo, it's so funny.
Yo, Dell really caught you on the panel. That was crazy, bro.
Yeah, I forgot I've said Shaq is better offensively than Kobe. And by that admission, Jokic is also better offensively than Kobe. I did forget I said that. But thinking about it, I'm not mad at that I said that. So,
yo, light out. You had me in tears last night.
What?
I was watching one of Lightout's, I think it was on Instagram, and I was like, oh, what's this? He like never posts on Instagram, or at least I'm never on Instagram, so I don't know if he posts on Instagram, but it was on my feed, and so I watched it, and I was crying, laughing. It was great. So thank you for the laughs. Should we talk about panelist, host, and show of the month of December? The votes are in.
This is wild, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I thought me being top 3 was a little bit of a fluke. Then I got back-to-back months, and I'm like, whoa. Did not expect it.
So I'm just gonna read off the number one for each because the panelists want to have to do math, and I just don't want to do math right now. Well, not even math. It's just I don't want to look at those three. So panelists of the month of December to close out the year shows up to what, 2 shows in December and just instantly gets all the votes. That would be top left, Mr. Shaq. Mr.
Kawhi
Shaq,
Leonard.
panelist of the month. Literally.
Kawhi Leonard for sure. Love Shaq, man. He deserves it.
You guys say
Host-
Shaq's low managing right now?
He is for
100%.
sure load managing.
What does that consist of?
Exactly what he's doing. Not showing up. But when he does show up, he for sure shows out.
Shaq, we think it's a fluke. We don't think you can do it on a consistent basis anymore.
That's why.
But you stay in your living room and rest them old ass knees, all right? When you're ready to come play ball, come see us.
Yo, Ron, what are you doing over there? Ron, you know who got host of the month? I'll let you announce it. Are you walking through a snowstorm? Hey, yo.
It's wild.
Yes, bro. Like, what is going on?
You don't have headphones, bro?
Yeah, I got to walk through all this bullshit to announce host of the month. Are y'all ready? I'm almost there.
Yeah, let's go, Frosty.
Yeah.
Oh, my
He's
God.
doing it on
Hold on.
purpose now.
I'm almost here.
He's doing it on purpose now.
Bro, are you
Okay.
going to meet the abominable snowman?
He's coming to meet me. But December 2022 host of the month. It looks like halftime. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, okay. I think it's JD.
Bing bong. Doubling everybody's votes, by the way. Well, doubling Ron's votes, who came in third. That's all
Who
that
came in
matters.
second?
No, Ron's in third.
Ron's in third.
Oh,
Who came in second?
Ron is in second. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Better
Yesterday,
stop playing.
Haley was in second, so congrats.
Congrats, Ron.
Show of the month, I think it's to no surprises here, is the panel. And it literally nothing else comes close. And then Gridiron somehow is second. It's because
Shout out-
all the Gridiron guys are in Discord.
Shout out to the Gridiron gang, bro.
Hey, I voted for Open Gym personally.
Open Gym with his fire. Hey, Open Gym got third, right?
I literally just closed out of it, so
Oh
I have
my
absolutely
God.
no
L
idea.
host.
Open Gym,
Hold
and
the
Fluent and Chill
skins
are like
up.
right there though. It's like Fluent and Chill, Open Gym. It's like, ooh, it's right
Open
there.
Gym's better. We don't have to lie. We
So
just don't-
Player's
we just don't have
Choice
to
is
lie.
just we're putting out so much fire content that Player's Choice isn't even the
I mean,
A team anymore.
Player's
it's
Choice is up
unfair.
there too. Player's Choice is up there too.
It's crazy.
It's better than Fluent and Chill as well.
Jesus
Okay, all right.
Christ.
All right, Happy New Year.
it's a new year, Dub. Y'all
New
need to
year,
leave that
old me.
2022.
I'm
Y'all need
just
to leave
being
that in
real. What are we
2022, dog.
doing? I'm being real. Like we don't have to
Yeah.
lie. We just don't have to lie, bro.
New
it's
year,
okay.
old me.
And I told in the beginning of Open Gym, I said I think Haley likes me and Mars more, bro. So she can host for us every now and then. You feel me?
That's fire. Y'all about to go take their host?
I'm not taking
Yo,
their
all right,
host.
all
I'm
right,
just
Dub,
extending
Dub,
an
you-
offer.
It's Mr. Still
Yo,
your
you gonna
host.
Oh my God! See, Ron, it's people like you that just fuck it up. It's just
Dub, you know wars
It's
wars
Mr.
have been
Still your
fought.
host.
Hey, wars have been fought for things like this, Dub.
oh no, yeah, I see it a lot, but it's not like that.
What is your Player's Choice moment of the year? And it
Are we talking-
could be across everything, all the shows.
Are we talking about 2023? Because if so, it's gonna be when Mars and Dub double chill and Fluent in half court and rip their host from their hands and go and go throw the alley oop to each other.
Oh my!
On the Little Tykes hoop.
That's gonna be like what was that when that was the finals against the Suns in Milwaukee.
When Drew Holiday.
Yeah, got the steal and threw the lob to Giannis.
Mhm.
That's nuts.
Y'all are sick. Gosh, sake. The 2022 moment of the year has got to be Jason Williams calling Ticket a hoe.
Yeah,
It's got to be Jason Williams calling him a hoe, bro. That
was
is the
insane.
crazy. That was the craziest thing
When I
I've
tell you
seen,
my
bro.
jaw dropped,
I couldn't believe I was watching that.
bro, that was bonkers. I was like, I had to rub my eyes. Like, am I seeing this right?
hmm
That
That
was
was
bonkers.
crazy. That was crazy, bro.
That was bonkers. Ron, do you have a moment of the year or too many to count?
It's really too many to count, especially like as a host. So like, I'm literally, I don't know, bro. It's way too much. Watch
Yeah.
so many shows, be on so many shows. I can like if you guys were to throw out 5, then I'd be able to vote. Chat, can y'all throw out something so I can just jog my memory?
This was my moment that I would never get over. And it was after, I think it was a Jason Williams show, and they were debating Draymond Green and Ben Wallace. And this wasn't on Player's Choice. But I lie to y'all not. After they was finished talking about Draymond Green and Ben Wallace, this man Ticket goes on his channel and Googles
Yeah,
pictures of Ben Wallace just straight screaming domination.
that was
Domination.
yes.
Bro, that right there is something I will never forget. That was the craziest, most funniest thing I've seen,
Yeah,
bro.
Ticket's really in a league of his own. Bro,
Yeah.
just it's so funny, bro.
But Tickets like who's like that one player that's just great, but they just can't beat this one other player. Y'all got an example?
John Stockton
Tom Brady.
just can't get across the finish
Oh,
line.
Patrick Mahomes against Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and guess who? So if Tickets Patrick Mahomes, guess who Joe Burrow would be? Hello, Mars.
I'm gonna act like I understand the reference. Yeah, great.
Bro, son Mikey put in
Yeah.
quotes, "Are you Ben Wallace?" When Dell said that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that
Hey.
1982 boy was dope, Morris.
Oh,
Don't let
I
them
mean,
lie to you.
thanks. I just found that funny that he told me I couldn't speak on something I never saw. Ironic is the word, I think. Ironic.
Mars, let me ask
The
you a
thing is,
question, bro.
the
Let
thing
me ask
is,
you a
wait,
question,
the thing
Mars.
is, a lot of those old heads didn't see the 60s or the 70s like that.
They didn't. I saw a comment yesterday. I think it was back on the Black Friday debate between me and Ticket, and it was like the comment was, "Why is Mars acting like he saw Wilt play live?" None of us have seen him play live. I don't.
Nobody.
Yeah, Mars trying to
Especially-
pass that office.
No,
Yeah, I was
no, that's 100% true. Especially when what's it called? Chilltown said, "Oh yeah, we couldn't growing up. They couldn't even watch a lot of the games like that as it is today because we needed to wait, on the special games and the special days and everything like that. So even back then, they wasn't watching as much games as people are today. It's just,
But that's
wild.
that's a big reason why a lot of people were like fans of their local team, as opposed to now where some people, more people are fans
They're
of
fans
teams
of
that are further
players.
away. Yeah,
And
because
they're fans of players now,
they
'cause
could
you can
only
see
really
everyone.
watch their local teams like most of the time. But Mars,
Mm-hmm.
let me ask you a question. Did you carry the squad this year?
No. I mean, I mean, if anyone carried, it was Basketball Reference because all I do is read off the stats from there.
humble,
Shout-
very humble.
Shout out Basketball Reference.
That's
Man,
fire.
spit my
that is
coffee out,
hilarious.
Mars. Chill out, bro.
Get to
I
these-
apologize.
Let's get to these super chats. Light Out Sports. Happy New Year's PC. Hashtag dub to the moon. Appreciate you, Light Out. Leaf
Appreciate
Diggy.
you,
I
bro.
owe JD a public apology. It's about Luka. Won't fire it off in the chat. I'll put it up. That's hilarious. I honestly don't even remember what he said about Luka, but can't wait for the apology. Jay Hartman with the 10-piece. My moment of the year is when Mars swept Ticket in the Thanksgiving debate. Mars, number 2 panelist on here for real. Who's number 1?
Yo,
MC Robinson.
Hold up right quick, JD, because I was rethinking it, and I was actually gonna say my favorite moment is not necessarily just a snippet, but really just Black Friday in general. We really showed up and showed out that whole day. Everybody involved, and like I think that was easily the best day. It might not be moment, but best day of Player's Choice.
That's facts. That's going to be hard to top. Like, knowing what went into that.
Hey, well, we'll see because allegedly it's something coming up very soon. So, hey, you guys send us some matchups you might like.
Allegedly. MC Robinson, 2022 moment of the year was PC entering the Ticket era. 2022 will forever be known as the ticket era. I'm here for it.
Legend of losing. Legend of losing.
Ah,
What did I
Legend of
say?
losing.
To Legend of losing. I thought this was the Legend of winning. I thought this was the Legend of
Yes.
winning.
Amazing PC moment. KG Son, moment of the year for me. Shut up and let me talk. Then WTF or ticket and low going at it.
I said that. Oh.
Yeah,
Yep,
shut
you
up
said
and
that,
talk
Mark.
was great.
The
Leaf-
fuck?
Leaf Diggy. Mars said ticket was born in 1982. Fight words. Shanny, moment of the year. Mars goes crazy on ticket.
Jesus Christ.
MC Robinson. Mars is the most improved panelist because he's starting to stand up for himself and showing some personality and not being quiet. Look at Mars growing up in front of our eyes.
I mean, I was 4 years old when I joined. I'm now 5. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a big step in the development of children.
That's facts. That is facts. Oh, fellas, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't do anything for today because I figured it was a New Year's show. We just come up here and enjoy ourselves. We talk about whatever the chat wants to talk about. We talk about whatever. I know
y'all hear
you
this?
guys
This is
have-
a cop out. This is L host tactic.
This
No,
is
no, no.
it is L host.
No, it is not.
No,
Because
this is L
you
host.
guys have been.
I will get a drink with
The
y'all.
reason I did not put anything on today is because you, Ron, specifically, and Dub
What?
were in the group chat talking about you guys had so many agendas to get off that I was like, well, this is just going to take the whole show. So there's literally no point in me going and looking for things. I mean, I have things at my disposal, but
This
I
is
figured,
this is your host of the month, really? This
I
is your
ha-
host of the month.
bro, I have
LD.
stuff at my disposal.
LD.
I
What
just
are we
didn't
doing?
plan on using it because of the nature of today.
Give me a L. Give me a H.
D.
Hey, I told y'all Kevin Herter was a big shot maker.
Who?
They talking about who?
You said what?
Shit.
You said what?
Oh, shit.
I said I told y'all Kevin Herter
Dub,
was a
give
big
me a
shot
D.
maker.
Nuts.
You said what? You said what, Ron?
I know I'm not the only one that heard that.
What did I say? What did I say?
I have no idea what he said.
What did I say?
Nah, y'all just gotta remember this exact time right here and just rewind it back to it. That was
Ron,
fired up.
what did I say? Oh my
Can't
Can we
wait.
god.
talk about DeMontis Sabonis being the best big man in the NBA?
This is what I'm talking about. This is what
We
I'm
don't got to
talking
talk about.
about.
We don't got to talk about.
No,
y'all.
we-
We
Nah,
can just
Bobby,
keep it-
Bobby,
we can just keep ignoring it.
we don't have to go that route with Robbie
We can
right
just
now.
keep it.
We
We
don't
can
have
keep
to.
ignoring it, bro. We can keep ignoring it. It's all
Big
good.
Rob shit.
We want to. I don't want to look over this, but Adam Jones said the autism episode was my favorite show from 2022. I forgot about that charity show, 7-hour show. That was a banger. That was fun.
That was. But I'm gonna get a drink. Is anybody gonna join me?
Hell no.
Oh my god. That's
Slim
so
Reaper.
corny,
Nobody
bro.
asked you.
I'll be right back.
Brian Holiday, the Iverson debate was my favorite. I've been saying he was overrated and inefficient for years. Glad someone brought it up.
So is
Big-
James Harden overrated and inefficient? Not
Yeah.
Inefficient. No, overrated.
Not
you could
inefficient,
say that.
inefficient. Now I'm making shit up for James Harden.
Sure, but overrated. I guess you could say that. But inefficient. No.
Big
Hey.
Meech. What, Ron?
Yo, Bob.
Hmm.
Before we get too far away from this, I do want to acknowledge that not Jokic.
Sabonis.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta say a bunch of other names and a bunch of other words because I can't mention Sabonis' name in the same sentence as Jokic. So hold on, let me ramble for a second. Yesterday was
All
a good
right.
day.
What
Had
was
a
you
good
saying,
Christmas.
JD?
Happy New Year's. All right, now as for Sabonis, he is for sure top 5. I personally have
Top
him
5?
around 3. Yeah,
Big
yeah.
man?
Yes, yeah, for sure. No, centers. Right now
Center?
playing. Yeah. I would say healthy AD, he's 4. With AD out, he's 3.
He's 3. He's better than
Oh.
Bam.
Yeah,
Okay.
what?
Ron, are you
Well,
the
let's
Aaron
not do
Fox?
this. Let's not do this. Let's not do this, Ron. Let's not do this, Ron.
I mean, Sabonis is nice. But
I like
Yo,
Sabonis too. He's not better than Bam.
Sabonis is playing way better than Bam right now.
Oh my god. What do you mean? Way better? Ron, cut it out.
Yeah, we
bro.
don't got. We
Did you
don't
see
even
what
got to do this
Sabonis
right
did
now.
the
I
other
can't.
night? You know how many
Not
20
just the other
rebound
night.
games
Have y'all been
Sabonis
watching? Have y'all been watching this season at all?
I'm not even saying he's
I've
playing
watched more
trash.
Kings games this year than I would like to have watched, but they're actually pretty good. So there's
On
that.
triple double watch every night. I say this every time I come up here. Constant triple double watch. It's all right though. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't expect no love. Let's move on, JD.
What do you mean
I don't
expect
need
no
your love. I'll
love,
play
bro?
that.
We're just talking about. Listen, I'm giving credit to Sabonis because he is playing well. I understand he's playing well. You want to say top 5 because you want to move Karl Anthony Towns out? I can understand that.
Anthony Towns.
Yeah, we can move him out. But in my opinion, having Sabonis above Bam Adebayo, in my opinion, is just something that I don't think is right, especially for this moment. I think Sabonis is a
so
great.
middle.
No, Sabonis is a great offensive
No, I'm not.
piece, and
I'm talking about the chat. Motherfuckers just wild right now. It's all
nah,
good.
Sabonis is nice. He's been playing very well this season, but to put him over Bam Adebayo, in my opinion, is just a little premature. Yo, MC Robinson, don't fucking lie a day in your life again. Bam is not a bum. Bam is not a bum,
But
bro. We're not
this
doing
is
this.
normal. This is normal DeMontis shit. Like this is just what he does. This isn't. He's not even playing out of his mind. He's just playing basketball. That's how he plays. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just because he plays for the Kings. He played for the Pacers last year, and he played for the Kings. You know, it's like if he's not playing for one of those teams, you know, then we can't talk about it because he's not gonna
What?
get the proper respect. He's not gonna get the proper respect he deserves. Hey, and I still got big love for Bam. I'm just being realistic about it. Like Bam don't want it with DeMontis on any day.
I don't think Sabonis wants it with Bam
I
at
think
all.
he's begging for that. Like I think he definitely wants that. Like,
Why? He would get locked the fuck up.
all right,
I'm just saying, like a one-on-one matchup. I don't think that's something. I don't think that's something
okay.
that Sabonis is over here. You know what? I need over here. You feel me? I need to get at Bam out of bio. I think Bam would give it more to Sabonis. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Like I
No
think
pause. No
Bam
pause
is a
necessary.
what Bam's issue is, which annoys the hell out of me, is just his aggressiveness. Like he's a walking 20 and 10 guy. He is a walking 20 and 10 guy. It's just some games he chooses not to be, in some games he chooses to turn it on. So if he just
First,
consistently turns that on, bro, come on, man.
first, Bam is far from a bum. He's not a bum. Bam is nice. You know what I'm saying? Like when we talk about those top 6, 7 centers in the NBA, they're all really good basketball players. But he just don't want it with DeMontis.
Oh my God. All right, Robbie.
Wow. Big Meech,
These are
moment of
facts.
the year, Mars Sunning Ticket and PC Music Tournament.
What?
Hey JD, do you know when Shaq's
To all
about to bust
my
out that
to,
next
I
to
have
tournament,
no
all
that music
idea.
tournament?
I have no idea, and technically it didn't happen in 2022. Just the brackets, you guys are filling that out, but that's still coming. So
to all
we'll see
my
when that
Definitely,
happens.
y'all know I'm
to,
winning
to,
that, right?
to all my double holics out there, you know, we haven't had the double holics train happen in a while, but to all my double holics out there, bro, happy fucking new year. Pour up. You feel me? Have a good one, bro. I'm happy y'all made it out safe from last night, bro. But y'all be easy, man.
I remember the argument that Dub wanted to talk about now. Jimmy Two Shoes, if LeBron misses the playoffs again, he falls out the all-time top 10 period. That makes no sense, but
Time out. Because this is something that you guys lose your mind over. And I just don't, I personally, I get it, but I don't get it. Anytime a player, I guess, when they're relatively good in the league, so I guess you could say when they're playing at a prime level, whether they're just entering their prime or starting to fall out of their prime, you guys hold it so much against them if they miss the playoffs. And I'm just like, I don't get it, especially if like they've won championships during that period. No, I know, okay, you're supposed to make the playoffs, but you got to understand like a lot goes into that. Like a player can be injured, another viable piece on the team can be injured. The team could be having chemistry issues, or can be going from certain players to another players, transitioning periods and stuff like that. I just personally don't hold it against the play if they miss the playoffs one or two times, but yet they have a phenomenal, great career. I would rather miss the playoffs one or two times and win 4 or 5 rings over my career than make the playoffs every year, Chris Paul, and not do shit, James Harden.
That's funny.
It's different. It's different with Bron. You know, cats like Bron and KD, the same rules don't apply for them. You know, they're gonna bend the rules for them every time. It's always excuses and thanks for them.
What do you mean excuses?
Well, if for instance when you I'll take it back a little bit with I'll use Kareem. When we're talking about Kareem, we're talking about all the times he missed the playoffs, but
Hmm.
that's only because
One
these are guys that you guys don't care much for. But if a guy like say Bron or KD missed the playoffs, it's not the same thing. It's because Rob Pelinka sucks at his job. Jeannie Buss needs to sell the team. Shit like that.
Well, I
Kyrie's
think
anti-Semitic. Like,
so. The thing with Kareem is where Ron is going with. The reason why I mainly bring up Kareem missing playoffs in back-to-back years of two different teams is because people don't hold people to the same standard. If LeBron James or Michael Jordan that ever happened in their career, there would be so much slack and so much of them missing the playoffs in back-to-back seasons on two different teams. They would use that point to negate those guys, but for some reason they don't use that point to negate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. That's the reason why I bring it up, because people don't hold people to the same standard. LeBron James, I agree with you somewhat, Bobby, too, because I can't just sit here and blame the front office for why this team is so bad, because we just can't sit here and act as if LeBron didn't have a hand in that. LeBron had a hand in that 100%, and we can't absolve him of that.
a
But we're
hand,
talking
a
about,
foot, an arm.
yeah, but we're talking about LeBron James as a player. LeBron James as a player, trying to penalize for him as a player for not making the playoffs, in my opinion, is wrong too, because the team is not good. The team is not good. How am I lying? How the fuck am I lying?
Bro,
What are you talking
also
about?
chat is hilarious. Why are you guys talking about LeBron? It's literally a super chat. Like,
Yeah.
people are crazy.
I want to
Why
know
would-
why am I what yo Mars, what was a lie that I said up here
About
that-
what?
about anything that I said that is a lie? How am I
Hey,
Say
look.
me,
lying?
Mark.
Check this out, Mars. This is 2023. I want to challenge you to do something. I want to challenge you to be a better man. I want to challenge you to be the best Chris
Oh
you
my
can be. All right, make the queen proud this year, okay? I want
We
you.
have
dead.
a king. We have a
Yeah,
king.
she's
I
dead.
want. Oh, my bad. Sorry, King.
Yo, pour one out for the queen.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like you know, when people have like dead
For my
grandparents or
dead-
something, they say like, "Man, yeah, make your grandma proud or make your
Hold
grandpa proud." That's more so what I'm getting at.
For the
I-
queen, for the queen.
I don't. Yeah. But anyway,
Think he's up
I don't
for
know
the
if
queen,
I set that up good. Yo, Jay. Hey, but no, seriously, Mars. When Dub asks you a question or says some foolishness, I need you to let him know that that shit was dumb.
Call him out on his bullshit, Morris.
So Ron,
If
what
I
bullshit did I
disagree, if
say?
I disagree with something, it doesn't make it dumb. It just means I disagree with it. And if I
Nah,
spoke
Mark.
every time I disagreed with something, I wouldn't shut up. So
No, you
I
can
Wait,
tell him
and
that
y'all
his opinion's wrong.
acting as Mars, me and Mars don't ever like we agree on everything. Like we've had back and forths about shit. Like we talk about Allen Iverson having a co-star possibly win. Remember that happened on Mars?
that team act thing, yeah.
That teammate shit. So we
that
disagree.
one time. Oh,
We disagree. Mars. There was another time we disagree on something. I can't remember though.
I mean, we disagree on the losers thing a lot. We disagree on the floor raising versus ceiling raising thing.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we disagree on? We disagree on how you evaluate scorers versus how I evaluate scorers.
Exactly. So we
So,
disagreed on numerous occasions. But Mars, what did I say up here that was a lie or something that just wasn't true?
Well, just now.
Yeah, just now. I don't understand it. You got casuals in
They
the
They said
chat saying
they
I
said you were
lied.
lying. They said you were lying about Kareem. I didn't catch the lie, Dub, but if the chat said it, got to be true.
See,
for
the
them.
chat, and this is why I
Kareem
say
did miss the playoffs back-to-back years. I mean, there's context to it, but technically, it's true. He did miss
So-
the playoffs back-to-back
So yes,
years.
there's context to it, but my point was, if it was a guy like LeBron, if it was a guy like Michael Jordan, a lot of these people would use those points to negate those guys as players. But for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for some reason, those points never get brought up, and that's why I say people do not hold other people to the same standard, and that's the point.
It's the playoffs, and he's literally about to miss the playoffs again. So basically, what you and Jimmy Two Shoes are saying is that if LeBron misses the playoffs twice like Kareem, then he's out of the top 10. So basically, why Kareem's
What?
not in your top 15? That's what he said. That was the super chat. So
That
basically,
LeBron's out of the top 10 all time.
Did you
Mhm.
you didn't hear the super chat when JD read?
that's what he said.
And
He said
that's why I
that. I
went on
don't
my
agree.
whole.
No. I
That's
don't
why I
agree.
went on my soliloquy and was like, I don't understand why you guys make it a big deal when these all-time great players miss the playoffs. Cats will go back and nitpick off, even when they get swept. I still don't see that as a big deal. If Kobe gets swept or blows a 3-1 lead, okay, cool. But then comes back and gets 2 rings. I'm like, yeah, you can't nitpick on that. But I'm like, bro clearly demonstrated his greatness before that and shortly thereafter. So, like, if for instance, if KD comes and let's maybe not even say this year, let's say in 2 years he comes and gets a ring on some Kawhi / Giannis type time, I'm not gonna go back and nitpick off KD getting swept. Now that move to Golden State, you best believe I'm gonna bring that up. But anything else, I'm not. I'm not holding
So
nothing against KD because I'm like
I am.
he did what he's supposed to do.
We
And
know.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree with you, Ron, about that. I do agree with you, Ron. Knocking him out a top 10 just because he missed the playoffs and back-to-back season on a terrible team is just it's fucking weird. That's so weird. Because there's enough good that he's done in his career to be like, you know what, like let it go. Like you can't be perfect in the NBA. The closest person we've had to perfection is Michael Jordan.
Wait, Dub, you said you're not gonna hold it against Kareem, or are you talking about KD? Because you already held it against Kareem.
I don't really hold it against Kareem. The thing is, I just bring these
You
points
already
up
did.
to
It's too late for
no,
that.
no, no. I bring these points up to inform the masses because for some reason, whenever people talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they want to talk about all the highs, but they don't ever talk about the lows.
So you don't hold it against him, but you brought it up in your argument to get the people against him. But that's
No,
so Donald Trump and you.
no. Donald Trump is crazy. It's
double
just it's
double
it's
Trump.
provide it's providing it's
Double Trump.
providing
I can't believe this, Dub.
all it is is providing
Oh,
all it is providing forgotten information that people just for some reason refuse to acknowledge.
Dub,
That's all
Where's
it
the
Dub.
is.
photo?
Do you Dub
That
Dub? You
I knew
got
one of
political
my photo
aspirations,
editors.
Dub?
Hmm?
Dub, you got political aspirations? Like you about to run for like city
I ain't running for
council
that
or
shit.
like
I ain't
mayor or
running
some
for that.
shit?
I should run for president, bro. Fuck it. We're
Double
gonna change the
Trump.
You
You
world.
got
got you
you got
got you
my
got
vote.
action, Dub. You got action.
You got my vote.
For real. You got big action, Dub. I'm not
Hmm.
playing.
But like Bobby, the way I rank and rate players, like I don't. If you've done like enough good, especially like in your prime and peak, like I just don't pay attention. Oh, you like Kobe, he blew a 3-1 lead. Kareem missed the playoffs in back-to-back seasons. Or Michael Jordan wasn't getting anything done before Scott. Like I don't pay attention about that. I talk about what you were, what you did at your best, what you was doing in your prime, and that's really what I rank off of. The whole wins and losses shit, I know it's just situational. A lot of the times it's situational, but if you're doing everything that you could to put your team in a position to win, it's hard for me to knock you as a player.
My thing, Dub, is like this. If we're talking about just basketball in general, players, like I feel you on that. Like we don't need to nitpick on that. But if we're talking about the GOATs, we have to nitpick in order to do that proper ranking. And I don't like that either, JD. Remember, that's all I was saying. Like when we talk about top 10 lists, it's kind of hard to rank them. So that's why I
But you
feel
could,
like
but
it's
you
hard. It's
should
hard. We
nitpick.
don't. I don't like to nitpick. But if we're going
You
to
can
rank them
nitpick.
and do that, we have to. We have
You
to.
can nip. You can nitpick, but you can sit here and nitpick on things that should be nitpicked. For example, Kobe Bryant and what he did in the 2004 finals.
Mhm.
That's a valid like. Nah, we gotta knock that dude for that shit. I understand you should, but Kobe Bryant not making the playoffs. Kobe Bryant playing with Smush Parker, Kwame Brown, and getting bounced out the first round. That's a nitpicking argument that I don't think is valid. Especially, let's say if I'm going up against Kareem, all I have to say he missed the playoffs in back-to-back seasons and on 2 different teams. So then that shit, there you go. That cancels out. That the negatives just canceled out right there. So why would I bring that up to try to negate Kobe Bryant, but then not bring it up to negate Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
So if this year if KD wins the championship, that just negates him getting swept last year.
I think
It's
he
like we
should.
don't talk
Oh
about that no more.
no, I think what the masses will do, they will stop talking about the Boston Celtics series as if it never happened.
Mm.
Me personally, I still think that is a stain on Kevin Durant and his career, and it should definitely be brought up. Like we just
Yeah.
can't forget that just because he won afterwards. Bring that
Yeah.
shit
No,
up.
it won't be. I mean, it might get brought up, but it's gonna be like it damn near. If KD, let's say KD comes and wins a championship this year, it will get brought up more so as
Which
a
isn't gonna
glorified
happen,
act.
but
it'd get brought up more so as a glorifying act than anything. Like say for instance, remember Jordan couldn't get past the bad boy Pistons? Then all of a sudden he wouldn't hit the weight room. Pippen got better. Phil Jackson came and implemented the triangle. This, and this. Then all of a sudden they got over the hump. People don't use that as something to knock Jordan. They use it as something like, oh my God, Jordan got so much better and ended up beating them. Now I know the Celtics aren't the bad boy Pistons, but I think it can get used similarly.
And I hate that. And I hate
Jordan,
that. Ron.
Jordan gets knocked plenty for losing to the Pistons, bro.
But why
Right,
though?
Jordan.
It's the Pistons. Come on, man.
He should. If he wants to be the GOAT, we gotta, you gotta bring it up. If he wasn't the GOAT, they'd be like, okay, but he's the GOAT. He's one of the GOATs. So yeah, he was getting his ass kicked.
And keep in mind, these aren't identical situations, but you got to understand, Jordan was still a young pup. He was a young pup. KD is in year what, 15, 16? So it's completely different. And KD had already run rings. He had already been to the mountaintop. So it's completely different. Jordan was still trying to get there. So he was still improving.
I don't
Bro,
even think.
You know what's disgusting is KD's not going to get love if he wins this. He's
He
going
is.
to
You
get.
don't think so?
Still, no.
He is.
He'll still get hate because
No,
they're like,
Jay.
oh, he needed Kyrie.
No,
he needed Kyrie.
No, trust me.
It's
Jay.
going to be
People-
disgusting.
No, people they're gonna. This is the narrative that will be spewed if Kevin Durant does win. Oh my God! All this drama with the coach getting fired. They were able to turn the things around. The issues with Kyrie Irving and KD was still able to put his team in positions to win. He said he went through all of this adversity all in 1 year. He beat especially if he beats Giannis. If he beats Giannis in the playoffs, my God, people gonna suck him up. I promise y'all. And they will just run with the narrative that yeah, KD really put the team on his back. He showcased a lot of adversity, and he won. He won. And he's the best player in the league.
I think it's very important for KD to get another ring. Obviously, I mean he might not care too much, or other people might not care too much.
He doesn't care at all.
But I think in order, it's not my legacy to preserve, but for the sake of his legacy, I hope KD can get another ring because as
KD
of now,
cares about it. Remember, that's kind of the reason why he went to Golden State. He wanted people to stop saying that he's not a winner.
Well, yeah, but that's my point, Ron. That's my point because you already know how I feel about it. I've said it a bunch of times. Like, he ran to Steph, got that ring. So I just want to see him get one without Steph because I definitely think KD's good enough. But until he does it, it's just like it's got to be proven.
In the words of my good brother Ticket, running from that good old grind.
Hey,
it's funny
Bron,
it's considered running to Steph now because Steph's won since KD left.
No,
But
it
when
was
KD
running
he
to Steph when
considered
he
the
did
best
it.
on the team. It was viewed very differently.
That's the media.
By the
talking.
masses,
Man.
by the masses, not by you.
Running
It's
from that.
it's similar. It's similar to Bron. D-Wade did it in 06. Bron had to go get with D-Wade. Steph did it in the what 15? KD had to go get it with Steph. It's not. That's why I look at it as running to them. It's not like a lot of people say, okay, Bron's better than D-Wade, KD's better than Steph, but they had rings. So the proof is right there in the pudding.
Hey, Bobby, were they running to
What?
D-Wade and Steph, or were they running from that good old grind?
They're running from the good old grind, bro.
Man,
You brought up a point.
Both can be true. Both can be true.
Hey, Ron, you brought up a point about what people do. They're like, oh yeah, Michael Jordan
Talk
was
that
getting
talk,
better.
Jimmy Two Shoes. He ran to D-Wade, then Kyrie, and AD, and ran to Disney World to get one. He ran to
let's be
Disney
real.
World to get one.
I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Ray Allen saved that man's career, bro. If we going, I'm gonna be nasty. I'm gonna be nasty. But no.
Are we gonna make our way to this Magic Johnson talk that we were talking about last night?
No, we just setting the table, JD. Oh, hey, good old.
What we talking about, Magic Johnson?
Good old thing.
Wait, hold up, but Ron,
get that
there's
off.
a lie about Michael Jordan that he himself was getting better, so that's what was putting them over the edge. When that's not the case, Michael Jordan, for the majority of times he played the Detroit Pistons in the playoffs, Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan. The thing was the surrounding pieces. The surrounding pieces just wasn't there yet. Scottie Pippen wasn't Scottie Pippen yet the first time or the second time that he faced the Detroit Pistons. When they went to Game 7, that's when Scottie Pippen was really emerging into his prime. But the year before, Scottie wasn't there yet. And then the year when they swept them, Scottie Pippen was, I think he had like 22 with like He had 22 with like a good field goal and shooting splits, and that was the main catalyst on what brought them over the edge. It's not Michael Jordan that had to make himself get better every single year. He needed to wait for Scottie Pippen to emerge as a top player in the NBA.
So you don't think they got any better from 88 to 93?
I think the they did get better, but the
No,
person
no,
that got better
him
was Scottie
personally, him
Pippen.
personally.
Who?
Jordan didn't get better from 88 to 93.
Honestly, bro, MJ was always MJ, bro.
Well,
MJ was
Dub,
always
Hmm.
MJ.
No, he was not.
I'm gonna tell you what it is though.
He
It's
he
not necessarily
he
like
had
MJ.
he had 37 in '89 against the Detroit Pistons.
No, Dub, but that's
That's
the
it's
thing.
not
though.
all about scoring, Dub.
Exactly. Like, and they say it in the documentary too.
No, he had 27. My bad.
It wasn't
That's a big
necessarily
difference.
Yeah, big difference.
it wasn't necessarily about him scoring. It was about him actually scoring less and relying more on his teammates and on the triangle offense. I can't remember the exact year that Phil Jackson got there, but remember Phil came and implemented a whole different or a whole different offense and moved Michael Jordan off the ball. Like, yo,
You gotta trust your teammates.
exactly. You can't go 1-on-5 every time. Like, yeah, you can, you Jordan, and you could get 40 every night, but are we gonna win with 40 every night? Hey, Bobby, what's that whole Luka?
I was about to say that's Luka's problem right there. Yes, hey, 50 points, 40 points, it looks good, but you're not gonna win like that. You're
But
not gonna win like that.
Oh,
that
that's
goes
crazy that they
that
won the
goes to
last
my
6.
point. That goes
Oh
to
man,
my
they beat
point
the
where
Spurs. He had
that
to score 60 points to beat a team that's
Hey,
tanking.
This argument doesn't work when you say it, Bobby, because you say everybody laces them up, everybody competes, they're all
No, but
professional
they're
basketball players.
Oh, you taking the words right out of Dale's mouth, JD.
I'm taking the words out of your mouth.
Look,
pause.
it's not even stop.
That is
Yeah, for real.
Look,
Talk
JD,
about words here.
yo, I definitely want to get back to
another grown
MJ.
man's mouth. Nah, hell no, that's nasty.
He ain't taking nothing out of my mouth. Pause that.
I definitely want to get back to MJ.
Nah. Put
But-
the words
but-
back in his mouth.
Put it back in. Put it back in, Jay. You put it back in.
Hey,
Yo,
chat.
what I'm
Welcome
saying-
to
I'm saying-
2023, baby.
Hey,
I
but
definitely want to get back to MJ, JD. But
Ron
but
sounds
what I'm
like he's
saying-
in a rest stop bathroom. Like what?
He probably is.
he's at a gas station.
But JD, look,
The truckers.
if a team is obviously tanking, and you have to score 50 points to beat them, maybe you should pass the ball to the other NBA players on your team. You know what I'm saying? So it's not so much about the team you're playing against. It's about the team that you're playing with. These guys are capable. Tim Hardaway is a capable basketball player. Dinwiddie is a capable basketball player. These are capable basketball players, and you just want to just shoot because you think only you can do it. Kobe had to learn it when Shaq was gone. MJ had to learn it too. If you know what I'm saying, you have to rely on the teammates that are lacing them up with you every night, that are in these practices with you every day. If they're in there putting in work, you got to rely on them if you actually want to win. Now, if you just want to score 45, 50 a game, if that's what you're into, then that's cool too. I can't tell you what to value.
Yep, Bobby, I have a question for you. You watch TV, right?
Yeah.
You're
I watch
familiar
a
with the
little TV.
remote.
I'll
You're
touch
familiar
the
with
idiot box.
You're familiar with the remote. And the remote has a power button. You could turn the TV on.
Mhm.
Let's say the remote's not working.
Mhm.
You gotta go press the power button on the TV, right? The remote is Luka Doncic's teammates. If the remote ain't working, I'm just gonna turn the TV on the TV. Get
Yeah,
it
but
done by
that's
yourself.
That's one thing, but sometimes if you're the person in power, you need to put some new batteries in the remote. Show the remote that you believe in it. You know what I'm saying? Like let the remote know it's not your fault for not working. Maybe I gotta believe in you. Put some trust in you.
Bobby,
If I'm the leader,
to address Michael Jordan, to address the Michael Jordan and Scottie Pitt, to address the Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan thing. Scottie Pippen in the first 2 years that he played against the Detroit Pistons, he only had 9 points. And that was more because Scottie Pippen just wasn't emerging as a player yet. Then when he was emerging player in 1990, his averages was going up. He averaged like 16 a game. I do agree with you to the point where MJ was doing too much with the Doug Collins offense, and he was shooting way more and not really playing off of his teammates. But two things can be true at the same time. MJ, in my opinion, was still MJ no matter what. But he needed Scottie Pippen to elevate and for MJ to be more of a team player as well. If Scottie Pippen doesn't elevate, MJ does not get over that hump at all. At
Facts.
all.
All right. KG San. Julius better than both Bam and Sabonis. Gross. Football breakdown. Happy New Year, gentlemen. Also, LeBron still top 5?
Nope.
It says LeBron's still top 5.
Top 5 current.
Man, I don't know, bro.
Yo, football breakdown. I'm so glad you said this because I've been trying to get into this. Now, part of me, I don't have my notes next to me, so I can't read off everything, all his numbers and all of that.
He's got toilet paper next to him.
I'm pretty sure. Hey, yeah. So if y'all hear one of these dookie drops hit the toilet, just pretend like y'all ain't hearing nothing to keep it pushing. But look though, the dude is. I'm looking at LeBron's just his stats right now, and I'm looking at what he's done all throughout his career, and I don't see no difference. I'm watching him play. I don't see no difference between 2023 LeBron and 2011 LeBron. Call me crazy if you want to. Call me crazy if you want to. I don't care. It's no difference in numbers. It's no difference in numbers. His numbers are the same. He's putting up his career averages, even more than his career averages. He looks the same. I don't see a difference. So everybody out here saying that LeBron's not top 10 and this, that, and the third. So are you saying that if LeBron would have been, if this would be 2015, LeBron wouldn't be top 5 in this league? Because I'm telling you right now, I just watched the dude go for 47, 10, and 9 on his birthday. And it looked like vintage LeBron. It looked like literally a remake of, well, LeBron James 10 years ago. So you guys out here saying that he's not top 5 and all of this is actually very, very nasty. And I get it. The Lakers suck. I get it. The Lakers suck. But LeBron, to me, looks like the second best player in the NBA.
Yeah, Ron, I don't agree with that at all.
Not at all.
2011 is a bit of a reach, mainly because of the defensive side of things. If you want to say like 2018 or like 2017, I'm with you. Because when I look at guys, when I see like, when I see LeBron,
you mean he's missing Shane Battier?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. LeBron is let me clarify something. I do think LeBron is a really good defender. It's just when me and Mars disagreed on the top 5, I just don't think he's top 5. But he's a really good defender, especially on Miami. He was an amazing defender. So let's clarify that, number one. If you want to use 2018 and 2017 Bron and being, me personally, I don't see a difference between 2023 LeBron and then 2018 LeBron. I think those guys are just as good as scorers. They're both dominant. It's the same shit to me. But for some reason, just because his team is losing, he's in a better conference, his team is losing, people run with he's not as impactful anymore. When we look at the record for the Cavs in 2018 in the West, their record for the West was 15-15. They had a 500 record. So that tells me if 2018 Bron's Cavs was in the West, they would be struggling to make the fucking playoffs. And then that whole impact shit for y'all argument wouldn't work. It's just people.
Other than defense, can you guys tell me what's the difference between LeBron in 2000 whatever? I don't care if you say 9 and right now.
Kyrie and D-Wade.
He's doing the same things. What can anybody tell me? Other than him not playing with Larry Hughes, other than him not playing with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, other than him not playing with Kyrie and Kevin Love, what's the difference? Please, I'm begging somebody.
You said
his dream skills just fell off, Bron. That's it. This is dream skills.
I think you guys are doing a disservice to what LeBron used to be by saying all of this.
Mars, I'm asking you, can you please, Mars? Actually, I want to address
he's clearly less explosive at he's clearly less explosive at the rim. His post game looks much worse this season. I don't know what the stats are for that, but his post game looks much worse this season, scoring wise. He's getting a lot less lift on his jump shots. His mid range field goal percentage is absolutely atrocious this year. And if you go back to those Cavs years like 2017, 2018, he was actually making the mid-range jumper a lot more reliably. That's fallen off a cliff. If you want to say this is the same athleticism of LeBron, that's also very not true, because in traffic, he doesn't get much explosion, especially off of 2 feet. Off 2 feet, there's barely any lift on LeBron anymore. That's why he misses a lot of bunnies around the rim. He's not as good of a finisher as he used to be. He's also playing a lot more at the 4 and the 5, which is kind of enhancing his play around the rim because there's a lot less crowded paint and he's got bigger guys on him, which makes it easier for him. If he played at the 3, I would say he'd probably be less efficient. Also, this season, he's not been that efficient as a whole. I think he's at +1 efficiency. That's not great. Defensively, he hasn't been good at all. But that's just a few things as why he's worse than he used to be. And I just think you guys are doing a disservice to the guy who is probably at worst a top 3 player of all time by saying he looks the same now as he did 10 years ago, because that is extremely disrespectful to what a top 3 player of all time used to be, in my opinion.
Wait, hold on,
No.
Morris. I'm gonna have to fact check you on this
Hold up.
because you said that LeBron it's off of cliff of what he was shooting from the mid range in 2018.
If you look at the 2018 and 2017 playoffs, I'm pretty sure he was.
Well, they're not even in the playoffs though, Mars. So
and okay, you can look at the
can't
regular
even
season as
compare
well. I'm pretty sure it might be worse than.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you
can.
what it is. From
I'm
5 to
pretty
9,
sure.
from 5 to 9 feet in 2018. Let me double check which year is it.
5 to 9. What's that, like floater range? Yeah.
Yeah, it was 31%. This year is 32%. From 10 to 14, it was 42%. It's at 36%. From 15 to 19 feet, it was at 40%. This season is at 44%. From 20 to 24 feet, it was 30%, and this season is 37%. So even him shooting in the mid range, he still has a good mid range game. Mars, I'm sorry,
Good.
like the what?
Oh, okay.
Compared to himself. No. Compared to himself.
Oh,
Mars.
okay.
Compared to himself, the mid range from 2018 and 2018 and this season, LeBron James is either the same or this season's better than what he was doing. So
I'm just asking, even though this isn't the playoffs, what was it in the playoffs? I'm just asking, what was it in the playoffs?
You said 20. Nah, playoffs. I know he was going crazy. I'm not even gonna hold you. His shit's probably
when we think of 2018 LeBron, what do we think of? The playoffs or the regular season?
Playoffs. But LeBron hasn't even played in the playoffs yet, so we can't even compare it.
Well, he's not gonna make it. What can I do about
So
that?
hold on. Oh wait, I'll give you. From 5 to 9 feet, it was 36%. 10 to 14 feet, it was 46. 15 to 19 feet, it was 42. And 20 to 24 feet, it was 37. So the biggest.
He was actually good back then. Actually good back then.
Mars, the difference isn't even that large if you really think about it. It's really not. It's really not that much of a difference from the playoffs and the regular season. What's going on?
Okay, I disagree with that. But if you want to say the mid range is fine, that's cool.
I agree with you on the athleticism.
I still think his post game is going much worse. I still think he's worse around the rim. I still think he's much less explosive, and I do think he's benefiting from playing at a taller position. He's playing the 4 and the 5 a lot more now than he used to back then, which gives him the benefit of less men in the paint, taking big men off the dribble. That does benefit his game in terms of finishing at the rim. I do think overall he's just gotten worse, which is knock. He's 38.
I think the main thing with LeBron, in my opinion, is he's not as athletic as he was before. So I can't disagree with you on that. I do agree with you on that. But LeBron James this season, especially when AD's on the court, he needs to find and establish his role. He's trying to find and establish his role in the play around AD. But when AD's not there, LeBron's like, fuck it. I'm going to turn the fuck up, and I'm going to do what I have to do to put my team in position to win. And we're seeing what he's doing without AD. I'm not going to lie, bro. The dude's playing great. He's playing
100%.
He is playing great. So the whole him trying to knock him, because I don't know, what games are you judging him off of him struggling like this? Is it when AD's there or when AD's not there? Because when AD's there and when AD's not there, it's
when AD's there, it looks a lot worse because there's another big body in the paint, which is making it harder for him to finish at the rim where you can see more of these flaws. When they try to open up the floor for him and he has one man to be and then he's getting to the rim, it's easier for him to finish. That's just basic logic. But back in the day when LeBron was better, it didn't matter how many people are in the paint, he was still finishing at the high clip that he's not doing anymore. Because when he's playing in big lineups in LA, the finishing drops, and that's the same thing for last season, and it's probably the same thing for the season before, but I'm too lazy to go check that.
But in 2018, 2017, he had spacing, right?
From the perimeter, yeah, but he also played next to Kevin Love, who would play on the block sometimes, occasionally, and Tristan Thompson, who wasn't going to be anywhere besides the dunker spot. So there was still less
I mean,
space at the rim than he was dealing with now without AD, in my
no,
opinion.
no, 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 no. Kevin Love was a floor spacer. Tristan Thompson, I'm with you, but then that's just one guy. The Cavs, there was a lot of floor spacing for that team to allow him to get off.
Don't forget
So
when they had Channing Frye too.
yeah, they had Shannon Fry for a little bit. I don't think it was in
It's
2018
funny,
though.
Morris. He was a big floor
I don't.
spacer.
I don't
This is
think.
a name I haven't heard.
I don't
of
think it
him,
was in
so.
2018. So LeBron James in 2018, he's had that floor spacing, and then he was finishing at the rim the way that you liked him. And now on the Lakers, he's getting the floor spacing now, so he's gonna finish at the rim the way that you like him. You can't just sit here and be like, well, the reason why he's finishing at the rim right now is because there's more floor spacing. When even in 2018, that's exactly what he had. So you can't use that as a point to knock him for it.
Well, when I'm comparing LeBron to past versions of himself, I've seen LeBron back then with less spacing. When he was playing in extra big lineups, he was still finishing at the rim at an elite level. When I'm watching LeBron in these lineups with Anthony Davis on the court, his scoring drops, his efficiency drops, his volume at the rim drops. He's getting to the rim much less. He's settling for more jump shots. And also the pace that he's running at is also much lower. So I'm just watching LeBron next to Anthony Davis, and clearly due to the lack of explosiveness in his, I'm not going to say lack of explosiveness, it's LeBron, due to the lessened explosiveness in his game, he's not catered to play next to an interior big like an Anthony Davis. Whereas back in the past, I would say he was,
But
because
don't
he was
you?
able to finish through multiple bodies and contacts better than he is able to do that now.
But don't you think, like him not being that? I mean, the athleticism I give you already. But don't you think his struggles when AD is there is mainly because he's trying to solidify Anthony Davis as the number one?
No.
Don't you think that's more of the? You don't think that LeBron's trying to solidify AD as the number one? You think he's still trying to be the number one, and when AD's still there?
Oh no,
that's what's losing me, though. I think
I
they're losing
don't, I
me
don't
there.
care. I don't know if LeBron's trying to solidify AD as the number one. I'm saying my observation is when AD's at the rim, LeBron is much worse finishing at the rim. Where I don't think he's missing layups to make AD the number one. I do think the Lakers are playing more through AD, especially in the pick and roll,
Mhm.
and that can be a factor as to why LeBron's scoring goes down. But he's less efficient, which shouldn't really happen when you have another star next to you, unless you have a hole in your game that doesn't mesh well with that star. So I'm not going to say it's down to him trying to get AD to go off or whatever, because he's just missing more around the rim than he usually does because the lane is less spaced.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say this last point, and then you can say whatever you want. We can just continue. My thing is, when I do look at 2017 and 2018, the floor spacing was better. It was just hands down better than what it was in
Oh,
2023.
100%.
Yeah, so I can't use that as a point where, well, when AD's there, I'm gonna knock him because he's not finishing at the rim when the spacing isn't there, when the spacing isn't even comparable to the spacing he had in 2018 or 2017. Especially when, in my opinion, I think that when AD is there, LeBron and the team's trying to play through him rather than just play through LeBron James. So me personally, I just don't knock him for that. I really just don't.
I'm not trying to knock him for
Alright.
that. I'm just saying he's not what he used to be. I mean, if that's a knock to a 38-year-old, then I don't know. I'm just saying he's
The
not
only
what
difference
he
that
was.
the only difference that I agree with you is the athleticism. The athleticism, I would say hands down, it's not there. But damn near everything else, I think is they're neck and neck.
All
He's
right,
still super athletic, though. He's just not as athletic as he used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to our sponsor of today's show, Lucra. If you have not checked out the Lucra app, make sure you go check out the link in the bio, the description below. Make sure you use code Players Choice when you sign up as well. I have a wager of the week for you guys. This is on Friday, January 6th. I'm calling this one the Ron's Don's wager of the week because these are two guys who Ron has talked about who's gassed up. People came onto the train a little later. So shout out to Ron for this. But we got Portland Trailblazers versus Indiana Pacers on Friday. Anthony Simons, Tyrese Halliburton. I want to go points with these guys. Ron, who are you taking? Simons or Halliburton? I muted you, by the way, so unmute yourself.
Hey, you can hear me? Is my mic good?
Oh my
your mic
God!
is crazy, bro.
Oh
What the hell is that?
you dropped that
Oh
thing
my-
in water or something?
Yo,
Jesus
Bro,
Christ!
see, he got up from the toilet, dropped in the water. That
Oh
is
my
insane.
God.
I think Ron wants to take Tyrese Halliburton the way that he was gassing up Halliburton. So we'll say Tyrese Halliburton unless he comes back in the next 2 seconds and gives us something else.
That is wild. What was the question?
Mhm.
Anthony Simons or Tyrese Halliburton points.
In
I
points,
got
you're talking about?
Yeah.
I think I'll take Anthony Simons on that one.
for scoring.
Yeah.
I'll take Anthony. I'll take Anthony.
We got the Kings. We got the Grizzlies tonight, so you already know what time it is. I'm taking all Kings bets. All DeMontis rebounds, De'Aaron points, Malik Monk points, Davion Mitchell steals. Take all bets. LFT, FLD, 12. Hit me
Alex
up.
Campbell, super chat. I don't blame LeBron. I just find it funny after the Jordan slander because he couldn't get the Wizards to the playoffs from the Bron crowd.
I've never heard that.
Jimmy Two Shoes with the super chat. Currently, LeBron is around number 9 all time, so if he misses the playoffs, he's undoubtedly out of the top 10.
What is going on?
That's called Jimmy.
Jimmy Two Shots of vodka.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think having LeBron James out anybody's top 5 is just I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't think you can provide a good enough argument for that.
Z
I
Dub.
got him 7. So
Better prime, 1990s Heat Alonzo versus 2000s Orlando Dwight. Winner of that debate, Patrick Ewing prime. Happy New Year, y'all.
Well, Ewing beats both of them. But Alonzo Mourning's weird because he just fell off a cliff. Like, he has
remember
two
he got
separate
sick.
careers.
Remember?
Yeah, it's just like, because it depends on what side of Alonzo Mourning you saw, because the people who are older, they'll remember like what Alonzo used to be. And then you got the people who are younger and they see wherever he was the second half of his career and think this guy was mid. Because early Alonzo Mourning, like one of the best defenders in the NBA, well, rim protectors in the NBA, great post scorer. I mean, not much of a playmaker, but great post scorer, isolation. But I'm still taking Dwight simply because I saw an offense get built around Dwight and it was extremely successful, and the way he could protect the rim. And obviously he was more advanced because of the later years, but his pick and roll defense, his post defense, I think he was more well-rounded on that side of the ball. Plus, I've seen an offense get built around Dwight better than I did with Alonzo Mourning. Yeah. But Patrick Ewing,
I agree more. I got Dwight over Alonzo Mourning, but that's not Alonzo Mourning. I actually think Alonzo Mourning is severely underrated by most people. I think Alonzo Mourning is severely underrated.
Alonzo Mourning is underrated. I will have to side with Dwight Howard though. I think the dominance he had on the defensive end it was wild to see. It was wild to grasp. And he wasn't a terrible scorer as well. He was okay scoring, but he was having like 20 and like 14, and then being that dominant defensively. I mean, you just gotta. To me, I'm always gonna side with a guy like that. Patrick Ewing though. Patrick Ewing was I think he's better than both as well.
Patrick Ewing gets disrespected just because of that series against Hakeem in the finals and that he never won. That's why he gets disrespected, because he was easily a top 10 big of all time.
Don't forget that layup you missed.
Are we letting this selfie of Ron slide? We letting this profile picture slide?
Put him
I didn't even know that was him. That's why I didn't even say nothing.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yo, Bob, you know where that was at?
Nah.
That was in Shanghai.
Oh, that's on the what's that called? The bun?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm not even gonna bring that up again.
Yeah, please don't.
Mars, I agree with you though. I think Ewing is extremely underrated, mainly because he lost to arguably one of the best centers of all time in the finals, and losing to a lot of people's eyes the greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. So it's like, it's weird that people knock him for that, because he was a good defender, he was a great scorer as well. It's like, I don't know how you could just knock somebody just because he lost to better talent.
I mean, also being the fourth best big
of
a decade is kind of tough. Like, you look at that decade, you got David Robinson, Shaq, Hakeem, and then you got Ewing. It's like, he was still great, but that era was so dominated by bigs, he's not even in the top 3. So then you kind of forget about him.
Shout out to y'all.
I'm definitely guilty of disrespecting Patrick Ewing. I've done that.
Shout out to everybody tapped into the live right now. There's 550 of y'all, and there's a lot of you who have not paid the
entry
wait,
fee. Clark Sports.
So make sure you hit the like button.
He told me to subscribe button. Like, before I even said
that's nice that I just talked over.
It's not like we just had a whole disagreement about LeBron James 10 minutes ago.
Mute them, JD.
It's crazy, bro. I'm just trying to get the entry fee paid.
Long story short, JD told you guys to like the video.
Like the damn video, but you just got cappers are like this one, bro. It's the funniest thing. It's
Wait a
funny as hell.
second. Wait a second. Who is this? David Robinson wasn't better than Ewing? All right.
Yeah, I'm not.
What
All
the
right.
hell is that? Ron, what are you doing, bro?
Ron, what are you doing today?
Y'all talking to me?
Well, you're the only Ron here, so.
Oh, my bad. I thought my alter ego was in here.
No, he's not. Right.
I'm hung the fuck, okay? I'm hanging on by a shoestring.
Yeah, go get some fun. Go get some fun, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Wake your game up, Ron.
Man, how about you
Recovery
send me a
mode.
side piece and she helped me recover?
Shit, I got I got a roster for you. Don't even trip.
All right, look, well, check this out. Don't,
Bro, y'all
don't
saying
pass me
this.
off
Yo,
the
you
Y'all
guys are
saying-
bozos.
saying-
Incriminating
Hold on.
yourselves.
Yes, y'all
You
saying
better
this on
say
the
April
internet?
Fools. Yeah, you
Y'all
guys are
saying this
nuts.
on the internet, bro, where they
Hey,
can
Dub.
see this? Yo,
Hey,
y'all
Dub.
wild. Y'all
All right,
wild.
real players play.
Don't worry about it, Doug.
Hey, bro, y'all got it, bro. Y'all got it. I'm just saying, bro.
Check this out. If anybody in the Portland area,
Y'all snitching on
Hey,
yourselves
if
right
anybody
now,
in the
bro.
Portland area know a fine ass Annie that can come and help me get off this hangover, send her my way. Hit me in my DMs, okay? I just
man.
changed my Instagram. It's LeBron.com, okay?
I know,
DM
damn.
me, and I'll drop the location.
Yo, Ron, I don't even think you're at the hungover stage yet. I think you're still faded, man.
He's drunk.
Faded.
Yeah, Ron, you. I hope nobody you know watches this episode.
Ron, I
Faded.
told you to stop taking shots of half whiskey, half Patron, bro. That's not safe, bro.
Never. Hey, and Dub, I hope all them hoes is watching.
Swipe right.
You know damn well, your girl probably got you mad off of something. He probably
New
did
Year's was
something.
Hey,
crazy.
Dub, you see Friday? What
Did I
girl?
see Friday? What?
What girl?
This man single is crazy for the new year. For the new year, he's single.
Yo,
This
Ron-
is wild.
Hey Dub.
Ron
Anytime
is
if Ron's single,
City
Dub,
boys.
stay away from him, Dub.
City
Stay away from-
boys.
Pale Ale
stay away
boys.
from him.
Yeah,
Love
bro.
you.
Not
Tell my
healthy.
boy
You're not
up 1,000.
Wait, what are you talking about, Bobby? You was talking about you have a whole list for him.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's different though. That's different though. Ron, dangerous. I'm not dangerous. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you got a family, bro. Take care of that family, man.
He
Forever.
just provides the list. Z Dub, what's more egregious? Kobe
list
not
of
winning an
hoes.
MVP?
The list of hoes to hit up. These are the women I wish I could hit up right now. Here you go. You take it.
Oh my god, bro.
I'm
My
not
head
gonna
hurts.
say nothing else. Let's move on, JD.
I got you. Z Dub, what's more egregious? Kobe not winning an MVP in 03 or 06, or LeBron not winning DPOY in either years 09 or 13?
My bad. Robbie is the best duo by far this year, bro. Robbie is the best duo I've seen this year.
Yeah, this
bro.
is the greatest free agent pickup in Players' Choice history, picking up the Big Ox.
Big Ox Rob.
To answer the question, none of those
Um,
are egregious to me. But if I had to pick, I'd say Kobe not winning the MVP in 03 is the most egregious to me. But I don't think any of them are egregious.
I'd agree. I agree with that, Morris.
Who won Defensive Player of the Year in those years? What he said,
09 was Dwight, I think, and 2013 was Marc Gasol, and then the MVP was Tim Duncan and Steve Nash.
Okay, for sure. Well, first off, Dwight was a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, so you could just get 2009 off your mind, brother. 2013, on the other hand, hold on, 2012-13, because that was Mark, and then 2013-14 was Joakim. So which one?
Yeah,
are you talking about?
12-13.
Okay,
He wasn't gonna win either one of those.
I agree.
He got an argument for the Mark one, but the Dwight one, nah.
The only reason people say that LeBron got robbed in 2013 is because of the Marc Gasol All-NBA All-Defensive second team thing, which is weird. But that's the only reason they really say that stuff. And LeBron played into it a couple years ago when he said Marc Gasol robbed him, which doesn't help. But I don't think it was egregious that Marc Gasol won.
But I don't
Of course,
understand.
Bron
I don't understand how Marc
always
Gasol was
praising
second
himself.
team, though.
Because different people vote for Deeper and different people vote for the All-NBA defensive teams. And another reason why accolades do not matter. Like there's proof everywhere. Just it's inconsistent. It's not going to make sense. But you guys want to still value it and say, well, this guy made All-NBA first team 6 times. Like, so
Anytime it's voted for, I'm automatically taking out with a handful of salt because it's just
exactly.
It doesn't
All,
really count.
all people who do, when they value these accolades that people vote for, all you're doing is saying, I'm using other people's opinions to help make mine. That's all you're doing. And if that's what you want to do, good for you. But then don't tell me I have to care about it. Because all you're doing is saying, I'm just using other people's opinions to confirm my own opinions. Like,
Hey,
I don't
Mars, I'm using other
Yes.
people's opinions to confirm my opinions. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar got 11 all first-team defensive teams.
Oh, man.
Okay, Z-Dub with the super chat. Better championship run. Got to a heated
Kobe has 12. Kobe
Got
has
to
12.
a heated
He's a better
conversation of the
defender.
greatest playoff runs.
He is.
Who was more impressive, Hakeem in '95 or Kawhi Leonard 2019?
This
that's-
Kawhi run is being so overrated. Jesus
What?
Christ.
That was nasty out of Kawhi. You see how
It's
he packed
not better
packed
than
up
it's not
Giannis?
better than
Packed up.
Hakeem. It's not better.
I don't
than
think so either.
Hakeem.
I got Hakeem, but I mean, Kawhi packed up a lot of people's favorite players.
Except for Kevin Durant, he was hurt.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about the other guys. I'm not talking about KD.
Who? Joel Embiid, Giannis, Steph.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Yeah.
lot of
And,
there's a lot.
Nikola
Those are a lot of
Vucevic,
people's
I
favorite
guess.
teams. Those are a lot of people's favorite players. Giannis and Joel.
Morris,
People's favorite players, Joel.
Mars, how's that overrated?
Because if you just want to go watch how Kawhi Leonard played after that Orlando series, it wasn't like he was just on some all-time tear.
What do you mean?
He was playing great, but he wasn't playing like Hakeem in '95. If you want to go look at those series post the Orlando series,
Okay, we could keep honestly.
especially in the finals, Kawhi was not that great in the finals. But
What do you, Mars? What do you mean he wasn't great in the finals? Dude
crazy.
averaged
said that
28,
great.
28,
He
9
wasn't
and
that
5.
great.
He averaged 20,
So?
damn near 20. No, it was
So?
closer to. He averaged damn near 28 and 10. What Mars? What do you mean so?
Yo, he packed
I
up
said
Ben
he wasn't
Simmons,
that
Jimmy
great.
Butler,
I never said he
and
was bad.
and
I
Joel
said he
all
wasn't
in
that
one.
great.
But that great is discrediting him.
He didn't
That
have some
20
all-time great finals series.
28 and 10 is.
Well,
We can go down the list of finals, and I'm pretty sure 28 and 10 is right up there with some of the best. And on top of that,
Nobody-
that Philly
in the
series-
box score, it
that-
can be
that-
great. He
that-
still wasn't
that-
that great.
That Philly series was one of the best all-time performances in NBA history.
You
In
only say that
NBA
'cause you
history,
made-
dude.
Yeah.
No,
Joel, look,
Mars, he
Joel
averaged
would
35,
disagree.
10 and 5. What?
Ooh.
Joel would disagree,
series
Mars.
still wasn't that great.
You seen him in that tunnel with his big fat lips stuck out, crying.
Mars. So
Yeah, that was cool.
Pack that boy
That
up.
shot he made was cool. Him winning the ring
Pick
was
that
cool.
boy up, had him in the
It
tunnel.
wasn't Hakeem in '95. That's what
No, it wasn't Hakeem. I'm saying like let's keep Hakeem out of this. Other than that, Kawhi, that run out of Kawhi
It
was
wasn't Dirk in 2011.
it was better than Dirk in 2011, if you ask me.
Then I disagree.
I'm on the podcast. Get the fuck out of here.
What is going on over there? We'll mute that.
Dub over there wrestling with his little brother.
he can pack right now.
Jay Hartman with the 20 piece said, "Rangs, Ernie. Matters too much for people on all-time rankings. If Ray Allen misses that shot, LeBron is the same exact player, -1 championship. He played very well, 25, 11, and 7, with 2 steals, 1 block on 45, 35, 80 splits, 53 true shooting percentage."
25, 11, and 7. Ron, what did Kawhi against the Sixers?
You said how much? What did Bron average?
25, 11, and 7.
7. I think. Is
Well,
what it said.
against the Warriors, Bron averaged 28 and 10, basically, and 5 and 6.
Yeah, I'm talking. That was the Spurs though.
That was the Spurs 2013. That was just being brought up.
And what did Kawhi do to the Sixers?
To the Sixers, 35 and 10,
Yeah. Damn.
and 5,
Shit.
and I'm assuming there was a couple steals with it too.
Woo!
Probably.
Shit.
You know it was a couple steals with it.
Hey, what did Joel
Yeah.
say? Joel said when the playoff comes, what Kawhi turns into Jordan?
I think I read that somewhere.
MBRK with the super chat. Bobby, Mavs got blown out by Bulls without Luka. Mid.
Oh. I got to do it.
RH3 LA. Bron equals Brady.
Well, Brady's
Never
trash.
mind,
So
let me not.
Hold up, though,
Malone.
Mars, right quick, because I asked and I was like, so what's the difference between Bron now and 10 years ago? and you gave off a long list of some things that were relevant and some things that weren't.
Nah,
Like he's
nah,
not getting enough. He's not getting as much lift on his jump shot. I'm like,
nah,
bro,
Ron.
come on.
Nah, Ron.
But-
You tripping, Ron? You tripping with the 10 years ago, bro?
Okay, no, bro.
You're
This is what I'm saying though. Without AD, Bron is averaging 33, 8 and like 8.
Boo, empty stats.
So, so Luka's putting up empty stats then.
Nah, Luka with it.
Luka's winning.
Yeah, you won the last 6, Ron.
All right, man. I guess.
Bozo man.
I guess. I'm saying, bro, when I watch LeBron play, I literally don't see a difference. Like, yes, obviously he's a little less athletic because dude's 38. All right, cool. But and then I gotta factor in everything else. I'm like, efficiency wise, he is a bit inefficient, or not as efficient as he used to be.
Oh my
But-
God.
But look though, you gotta take everything and put it into context, right, Dub? Context matters, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Make context
so-
matter again.
Exactly my point. So here's what I'm saying. If Bron's efficiency is a little bit less than what it has been, so if Bron is shooting 50% this year, but he usually shoots 55% from the field. Well, like the same argument I was making with Trae Young, I gotta make it with Bron. I expect his averages to balance out over the season. So I'm expecting as the season goes on for LeBron to shoot more like his normal self. He's shooting to a lesser degree from 3. He's shooting like 30%. Over his career, he shoots more towards the 35% range. I'm assuming that some of those threes are going to start falling. Also, on top of that, when AD was playing, dude was averaging 25. He's crept up now into close to the top 5. He's averaging 28 and a half. I'm assuming that's going to get into the 30-point range like it was a couple seasons ago. So when Bron starts averaging 38 and 8, what are we going to say now? Are we going to say, oh, he's not as good as he used to be just because he's a step slower and just because the Lakers are bums now? I'm not about
Yes.
to go ahead and that's blasphemy to me if you ask me, because Luka averaging 38 and 8, all of a sudden we new age media wants to throw him in top 10. But if Bron averages 38 and 8, oh my God, it's empty stats. He's playing with Austin Reeves and Thomas Bryant. So what else is he supposed to do? Okay, well, Luka's playing with exactly my point, and he's doing that. So I don't understand like what I just don't get it. I don't get it. I think Bron is easily top 5. That's the point that I'm trying to make. I think he's easily top 5 right now.
And Luka's top 3, so bing bong. Seth Malone, Mars, what's your actual age? He's 7.
Indeed.
Jay-Z, the truth. My favorite moment was, where is Bradley Beal? Yes, that was it. That was great. Like stretch, 2-month stretch. SSJ Gaby, Happy New Year's, fellas. Breakout your incoming. Breakout year incoming. I thought you said breakout your incoming. Fucking tired, bro. Super chat from my guy AA, Mavs fan here. Before you cook Luka for not trusting his teammates, remember Brunson, the best player on the Knicks. The Mavs front office is a joke. My friend, that is where we can agree. The Mavs front office is fumbling.
He definitely carried Luka last year through those playoffs.
Okay.
People were saying Luka didn't have help when he had Brunson last season. It was the same thing.
I
people
never
said.
I never said that.
Yeah,
I don't-
the people who say Luka doesn't have help now, they were saying the same thing last year with Brunson. They were saying the same thing the year before with Porzingis. They've been saying the same thing. It's
Yeah,
always
they-
it's with players who play like Luka.
Luka.
With players who play like
caping for
Luka, who
Luka.
play like LeBron did in those early Cavs years, because they dominate the ball so much, they make it seem like the team is so reliant upon them that people will always say they don't have help. No matter who is around them, they will say they don't have help, or the help they were meant to have ends up playing worse than people expected, and they end up being disrespected because of it. That's just the formula behind these types of offenses. That's how it goes. And then these players end up getting disrespected, and then they leave, they go somewhere else, they start looking better, and they're like, well, this guy, why didn't he play like that with Luka? Why didn't he play like that with LeBron? It's like, can't play like that.
I
Playing
think-
somebody dominates the ball like that.
What I think, I don't even think like the players play worse, because Jalen Brunson didn't even play bad last year. It's just what people do is when they see somebody stuff the stat sheets and then they lose, they're gonna be like, well, this guy did everything he was supposed to do. So, he obviously doesn't have any help, which is just a dumb way of looking at things. I mean, Spencer Dinwiddie isn't even that bad. Christian Wood isn't even that bad. Tim Hardaway's not that bad either. For some reason, acting as if this guy has no help just because he stuff is the
Yo,
stat sheet.
are
It's
we
just it's
done?
stupid. It's stupid.
Are we done?
It's stupid.
So Luka has help.
It's stupid.
No.
Yes.
Time out.
He can't. He could. He could have help if he wanted help.
He's not playing with garbage
no.
players, bro. He's
If
not.
he wanted help,
He's
he'd
not.
have help, Ron. He just
Luka
don't trust his
does
teammates.
not have help.
Oh my
He
god.
don't trust his teammates.
Yo, so time out. Before last year, now I know Jalen Brunson ended up playing better than what he did, but before last year, what did we expect from Jalen Brunson? Not jack shit.
It's not about what you expect. It's about what they do.
Christian Wood came over here. Everybody was saying Christian Wood. Oh, well, he's not even really all that good. He's not going to do this, this, and this. Jimmy Two Shoes, he has help.
Ron, the way
I like Christian Wood.
The way you hype Christian Wood, you gonna say that now?
I was like the only one who didn't like
Mars was the only one that didn't like it.
I like Christian Wood, but is Christian Wood going to win him a championship? That's the point I'm trying to make. He has help, but he doesn't have championship caliber help.
Of course, but that's fine. But to sit here and act as if Luka's just carrying just a bunch of fucking bums is not true. It's not.
But no, time out though. Because I'm making a point based on what Mars says and saying that now it's going to be a narrative that Luka doesn't have help and this, that, and the third. Well, when you put it on the grand scheme of things, in the grand scale of things, trying to win a championship, no, he technically doesn't have help. So in order for them to win, Luka would have to do that. He would have to carry them tremendously through the playoffs. It's until Luka really gets a player that's going to be like, that's going to command the ball more, and a player that's going to basically have to make Luka play off the ball a bit more, a la D Wade and Bron, AD and Bron, Kyrie and Bron, those type of situations. Harden, when he got with significant help like Chris Paul, for instance, then that's when Luka is going to be able to maybe make a championship run. But as currently constructed, Luka don't got no fucking help.
I agree. So I agree with you,
carry
Ron.
them to the conference finals.
I agree with you,
Again?
Ron. I agree with you, Ron. Because I've been saying that the whole time. I don't know why people are trying to crucify Luka for his play style when we all can acknowledge the team isn't a championship caliber team. So I agree with you on that. But what people will do, which they always do, LeBron James, for instance, his team's winning 60 games, 66 games, 58 games, and they're all sitting here, oh, yeah, LeBron is the reason why they're winning that many games, and just shitting on the other guys like the defense that they had, which is a top 5 defense. Mo Williams wasn't that bad of a player either. There's a lot more other players that put into them winning that many games more than just LeBron James carrying the fucking workload. And that's the point that I like to argue against. I think Mars is arguing against. It's not Luka Doncic over here carrying a bunch of bums. No, he has good players where it's a playoff bound team because the team is of that caliber. But I do agree with you in a sense where it's not a championship caliber team. But he has help. He does have help.
But look, but it's like this because I've said before, nobody wants to play with Luka, but nobody's gonna want to play with Luka if he doesn't show that he can play championship style basketball. He does. Okay, I feel you, Ron. He doesn't have a championship level team. Okay, that's cool. But they're not bums over there. But if he's gonna play that style of basketball to where he's not playing championship style basketball either. So if he's not gonna show and prove that he can trust his teammates and play a style of basketball that equals winning basketball, nobody's gonna go over there with him. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't want to go over there with him.
Listen,
so it's not just on his team. It's on him as well. He has to prove that he wants the championship.
No. See, and this is where people go off. I don't like Bobby. But if Paul George goes to that Mavs team, bro, I guarantee that team is a championship contender. 100%. They can play off each other so well.
So that goes. So one player.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Why would he adapt?
Because Luka's.
Why wouldn't he adapt? He think he walk on toilet paper. He think he the shit. He don't think nobody can. He don't think he got to play with nobody, bro.
Bobby.
Luka need to prove something. Why would you take a risk? Why would you take a risk like that? Why would you risk going over there with him and seeing what he does right now?
Do you not think that Luka is conscious of how he plays? Do you not think that? Don't you think that he understands?
I don't know what he thinks. All I can do is watch what he does.
Don't you think that he understands that? Yes, I can't just put everything on my back, and when I do have the help, I would adapt to play off. That's what LeBron did. That's what LeBron did in Miami. He played years.
Luka's not
LeBron, and then he adjusted. Oh my God.
Luka's not LeBron. First,
I mean,
get that out the way.
He's really not Bron, though, Dub. You can't get
that. Luka's not Bron, Dub. Let's get that out the way.
He's not. No, he's not Bron. But now you're making a point that really.
Better.
Yeah. Now you're making a point that really doesn't make sense because it's just all about adapting your game to your pieces. If I am in a position where I need to put the backpack on because they need me to do this because the closest way that we will get to a chip is if I put that backpack on, because Ron just said out his mouth that the surrounding pieces, even though in my opinion it is help, is not a championship caliber team. So I'm gonna need to put the backpack on to make up for what we don't have.
All right, Dub,
But
check
when
it
I
out.
do
Check
get
it out.
that help,
So if you,
but when I do get that help, like a Paul George, that's when you know what? Let me get some of the pressure off of me, PG.
okay.
Here you go. I'll set you up, but you know what? You could do your thing as well.
So two things, Dub. Two things. First of all, Luka trusting Paul George after we've seen what Paul George does in the playoffs. That's one thing. Let's get off that. Let's get off that quick.
Paul
Second
George
of
was
all,
balling against the
no,
Utah
hold on.
Jazz in the playoffs last time we seen him.
Let's move on. Let's not when Joe Ingles must have been hurt. Let's move away from that. Okay. Anyways, let's move away from that. So let's move away from that. I want to get to my main point. Why would Paul George risk the last 4 or 5 seasons he got on Luka changing his play style? The kid's 23 years old.
It's better than relying on Kawhi. Because it's better than relying on Kawhi Leonard's knees. That's why.
Okay,
It's also better than getting put into a Carmelo Anthony.
Okay.
situation.
Wait, Dub. So the kid's 23 years old, Dub. How do we know that he even has the maturity to be like, all right, you're right. I don't walk on toilet paper. Actually, let me pass the ball to this guy. He's proven, as far as I'm concerned, that he thinks that he can win it all by himself.
We've seen him do it. He was letting Jalen Brunson get off. He
wasn't letting Jalen Brunson do shit. Jalen Brunson just
That's
got
not
busy.
true.
He was hurt, Dub. He was hurt. Luka wasn't even here.
Wait.
Luka wasn't even here. No. I'm not gonna wait. I'm not gonna wait. Wait, Dub. Wait, Dub.
Go ahead.
Luka was hurt, bro. Luka was hurt. Luka wasn't even there. Luka wasn't even here. So he
was hurt for the whole series. He was hurt for the whole series.
He was hurt. He was hurt when Luka was when Brunson was carrying him through them first games.
Okay, that's fine. But when Luka was there, I've seen numerous times where he's allowing him to get off. He's allowing him to play his game.
I don't know,
even in the regular season. Even in the regular season.
You're delusional, fam. You're delusional.
I wouldn't go that far, Dub, because I agree with both of y'all. But it's 48 minutes of the game. Somebody else has to score or has the capability to score 20 or 30. Like even that game where Luka went for 60, 2 other people could have went for 20, or somebody else could have went for 30. And it's happened before. So
you go for 60 and beat the Knicks by 1. Something's wrong over there, Dub.
But Bob, though, here's my point, though. Also, is if I'm Luka and I'm looking around and I'm seeing who I'm seeing in my locker room, I'm probably gonna try to come out and go for 60 every night too, because it's like if we don't have a championship, if we're not gonna win a championship, I'm gonna come out.
Then you don't have a championship mind either, then, Ron.
I do got a championship mind. No, hold up. If I want a bum ass team, I'm gonna get my numbers. Why?
They're not bums, Ron. You was the main one. You was the main one hyping Christian Wood. So all of a sudden he's a bum.
But just because I like Christian Wood,
you're the one who put me on Christian Dinwiddie. I didn't even know who Christian Dinwiddie was until you. And now all of a sudden he's a bum.
Look, check this out.
My bad, Spencer Dinwiddie.
No, Christian.
I didn't even know who Spencer Dinwiddie was until you put me on Christian.
Time out. Those are his 2 second best players, right?
I didn't even know.
Christian Dinwiddie is his two best players, right? I can go down the league and I promise you, Dub style. I can name 2 better. I can name at least 20 better second and third options. I can name 20 better second and third options in the league than Christian Dinwiddie. I promise you, and you know it.
Hey,
so I'm talking about
Ron. You put me up on Christian Wood and put me up on Spencer Dinwiddie, and now all of a sudden they're bums.
Yo, the Rockets have a better second and third option than that.
Hey, Bobby. And Bobby, to clarify for you what Jalen Brunson was doing when Luka Doncic got there, he had above 24 points every fucking time Luka was on the court. In that Utah Jazz series. Every single time.
What about when he was out there by himself?
What?
What about when Jalen Brunson was out there by himself?
Well, Jalen Brunson, he had a 40 ball. He had I think he had a 24-30 in game 3, and then I don't remember what he had in let me check what he had in game 1. I'll check it right now.
Game 1, I think, was kind of mids, if I remember.
So my thing is this too. Dog.
24. He had 24. He had 24.
If Luka was such a great teammate and Jalen Brunson thought that he could win with him, why wouldn't he stay over there? Once you
he wanted to get paid.
Listen, Dub,
not everyone's first first instinct when it comes to joining teams is
All
winning.
right, but check it out. If Luka's such an all-time great, wouldn't you take a couple mil less? Like, wouldn't you take a couple mil less to win the championship?
Because the way no, the way that people think
He
about
left
it,
Luka to go play with Julius
the way-
Randle.
I would
That'd be
take
a
less.
reason for
I
it.
would take less for a championship. It doesn't.
He
mean
would
anything.
rather play with
Bob,
Julius
when
Randle.
you're later in your career, yes, but when you're young and you can go get
Bro, the
paid.
difference between 100 million and 90 million is it's like, come on, bro.
Listen, Jalen Brunson
That's
is
$10 million, Bobby.
Jalen Brunson.
It's $90 million.
No,
JD.
Bobby, you gotta understand it like this.
But
You
it's
gotta
not
understand,
100. But it's not
Bobby. You gotta
100.
understand it like this, Bobby. Jalen Brunson, last season, I think he was like 25 or 26. So this is the first time in his whole entire career that this is the highest value that he has right now. So if you're in that state of mind, I don't know if I'm going to be in this value for this amount of time. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get the most out of it right now. And the most out of it is what the Knicks offered him. So me as a player, if I'm going to get as much money as I possibly could, last season was the perfect time for me to go push on that button. You know what? Let me go get all my bread right now. Because let's be real,
bro.
NBA players don't look at it like, oh yeah, I got to go win a chip. No, they don't. Why do you think Bradley Beal got that contract with the Wizards? He's like, nah, I'm gonna get paid. What are we doing? It's getting the bag.
Always the go-to in any situation.
That's cool. I can't tell nobody what to accept. I'm just saying, like, I'd rather play with Julius Randle than Luka too. So
What about Christian
Oh
Dinwiddie?
my god.
Jesus.
Trevon 444. Bobby, drop your top 10.
y'all know my top 10.
All time or current?
That's a good question.
Wait.
I'm
What,
unsure.
I don't even have a current top 10. Tired of these,
I
tired of
think
these
the
prima, I'm
question
tired of
is
these
all
prima
time.
donnas.
I think the question was
All-time
all
top
time because
10?
it came from when Bobby said LeBron was like 7 or something.
Yeah, go watch Scottie Pippen top 10 all time. It's somewhere on the YouTube. Definitely on the TikTok. You'll
Bobby,
get
what's your
Bobby's
top 10?
He said all time. All you need to know is that Bobby has Scottie Pippen number 10 all time. That's the only thing you need to know. Other than that, it's pretty much the same as anyone else's top 10.
I got,
Alice Campbell. Are you muted right now, Bobby?
Yeah, I am. I was talking to Jaden in the chat. He said I dodge like Ali, sting like, flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Alex Campbell. Alex Campbell. Tyler Herro, clutch player of the year.
I don't know because this whole clutch thing, I have to look at I gotta look at numbers and shit to see what everyone is doing because there could be
Don't do
somebody
this,
going
Dub.
off in the clutch that I don't know. But Tyler Herro's been clutch. I'm not gonna say he hasn't been.
Don't do this, Dub. They know it's De'Aaron.
Gross.
De'Aaron Fox,
It's
They know it's
definitely
De'Aaron.
It's definitely
They know it's
De'Aaron.
De'Aaron, Dub.
De'Aaron was balling too.
You don't
I don't know. I
got
gotta
you don't got to
compare
lie
that.
to them to save face, Dub.
It's crazy
Hey,
that all
they know
the
it's the
end
end.
of this regular season all the regular season awards are going to all Kings players, huh, Bob? It's crazy.
I hate
It's-
the
it's
clutch
looking
shit,
that
man.
way.
I don't like this. I don't like that award, bro. I don't like it at all.
Z Dub. Question for Dub. Tyler Herro, first time All-Star vibes?
I wish, but I mean they're voting. Let me think. You got Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown. I think Tyrese Halliburton would get in over Tyler Herro as well. So I mean, and who else? Let me think. Kyrie Irving. I would love. I mean, he's playing at an All-Star level, but I don't think he would get in there.
Jaylen Brown. No.
I said Jaylen Brown already.
Oh, okay. Did you say James Harden?
James Harden too. Yeah, that's another one.
The Heat aren't winning
Donovan,
enough for Tyler to get in.
You said Donovan, right?
If the Heat were at the top of the standings, then maybe he might get in. But right now, nah. Unless he was just going ballistic, and even with that being said, he probably still wouldn't get in.
Trey Young would probably still get in over
yeah.
Tyler Herro.
Well,
DeJounte Murray.
we only got a month left, right? Because the All-Star games usually early February.
Mm-hmm. Bradley Beal. Will Bradley Beal be over Tyler Herro?
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really watching Washington games like that.
Yeah.
Nah, they added a play in. They 13-21. It's no way Bradley Beal gets in.
Yeah. All right.
What's the Heat
Bradley-
record right now, Dub?
We're at 19-18, so
+5.
Same record as Golden State. Nice.
yeah, bro. We're
+5. Mars, you about to jump back over there?
No, because they still can't win games on the road. They're just winning games at home like they have been the whole season.
Mars, so you don't have no faith in the Warriors, like in the grand scheme of things.
If they make the playoffs, I still think they can beat anyone in the series in the West. But
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, if they
whether
got Steph,
or
they
not
got
they're favorites, I don't know.
If
'Cause
they make the playoffs, come on, bro.
Yo, well, I'm not phased by
if
nothing
they
that's going on.
make the playoffs.
They will make the playoffs.
I'm
still
still
early.
a firm believer in the Warriors, their offense, their dynasty, their program, and they still have Steph and Curry. So when they get into the playoffs, bro, I'm not concerned about anything. As a matter of fact, I actually think this is the best case scenario for the Warriors. Is everybody playing without Andrew Wiggins and Steph, who we know are going to play good come playoff time. I think Draymond needs to learn to be more aggressive. This allows Klay to get his rhythm back and get more shots up. And also, furthermore, see what Jordan Poole doing. I think this is best case scenario. Now you come and re-implement Steph back in there. Drew comes back. Now everybody has their confidence. Everybody got their feel back. And then I think really the Warriors will start steamrolling from then on. And on top of that, they haven't been playing just terrible without Steph.
Yeah, they've been playing at home. That's why.
Yeah, they're 3-16. They're 3-16 on the away. That is.
They have the best home record in the NBA. With or without Steph, they're winning games at home. It's when they go on the road they can't win.
Well, worst come to worst, playoff time, they're gonna come and lose in 7.
Exactly, they're gonna lose every road game.
And even with that being said,
in any series.
Even with that being said, Game 7, I still got my money on Steph Curry.
Game 6,
I've seen Steph Curry in maybe 3 Game 7s, and I think he's lost 2 of them. And one of them was
Game 6, Klay.
One of them was a 3-1 lone lead. So Steph Curry in Game 7s isn't probably the best bet.
Yo, I didn't realize Brooklyn is number 2 in the East.
Yeah, bro, they've ripped off 11.
They're on
in a row.
they're on like an 11-game win streak.
This is wild.
And I wanted to say something about Brooklyn too, because I know what happened last year happened, but I'm gonna put it like this: nobody wants as much shit as I talk about KD and Kyrie. Nobody wants to play them.
The Celtics,
nobody.
No, and that's actually what I was gonna get to. I still got my money on Brooklyn beating the Celtics. Same bet from last year, Bobby. We can make that same.
I don't know. Boston's different, bro. Boston is different.
Ron, you still ain't paying my money from last year.
I put money on the Bucks. I think Brooklyn will beat the Bucks.
Bro,
the Bucks aren't good. That's why the Bucks just aren't that good.
Speaking of the Bucks, why has everyone been trashing the Bucks recently? What's going on?
Because they're finally realizing that Coach Bud isn't that good and Khris Middleton isn't the savior that everyone seems to think
Middleton, yes.
I also saw people trashing Giannis, saying that he was a phony.
Because Giannis has looked worse this year than he did last year.
Tough.
That's all right. They got Joe Ingles. He'll take him to the promised land.
Joe Ingles hasn't looked great, but he's missed like a whole year, so
yeah, he'll be all right.
Yeah, he's got time.
You guys
They're gonna call
talk
Giannis
about letting Klay Thompson come back. Like, let Khris Middleton come back, bro.
Nah,
bro,
Klay Thompson isn't coming back. That's done. Klay Thompson is what he is. Khris Middleton, yeah, maybe, but
Khris Middleton after All-Star break. You guys are gonna be saying different praises.
They're gonna look at Giannis's ring as a fraudulent ring. Because everyone
Giannis's ring has done so much for his perception. Because if he didn't win that title, he'd still be seen as a playoff choker. Because people look at 2021 and how he won, they ignore the fact that Giannis in the playoffs is really suspect. But
do you guys think that this is the only ring that Giannis will win? The one that he has?
No, but I do think we need to stop acting like the Bucks are just this dominant team in the East when they have Coach Bud coaching them and they're not that good.
Bars, they've been had Coach Bud coaching them.
Yeah, and he's not been a good coach the whole time he's been there.
No, I agree. Coach Bud has sucked since 2018. Is that when he got there? 2018, 2019? Whatever year he got there. Matter of fact, they sucked the year before he got there because he was on the way there. So I'm saying, like, Coach Bud has always been trash. But that doesn't negate the fact. Coach Bud is one of the only exceptions where, this Bucks team is one of the only exceptions where your coach can be bad and your team is still good just because between Giannis, Drew, Khris Middleton, and the other pieces that they got squeezed in there, Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, they're still going to be a tough out and they're still going to be a good team. One reason why, I'm not even going to get into everything else. One reason why is because all of those dudes play defense and they're hard-nosed players. So, I mean, just based on that fact alone, and on top of that, they're a good three-point shooting team. It's going to be hard to beat the Bucks no matter what. And, JD, you can guess how many fingers I'm holding up right now.
Brook
Well,
Lopez is better.
yeah,
Brook Lopez is better than Khris Middleton.
That's cool. That's perfectly fine.
That says a lot about Brook right there.
That says a lot about the Bucks because if Brook Lopez is better than Khris Middleton, then that means he's the third best player on the team because they still have a man named Drew Holiday who is the second best player on their team. So I mean, if Khris Middleton's your fourth best player, come on, bro.
And they still might pull off a Jae Crowder move too. So, I know that's a big hypothetical.
That was weird. I don't know why he thought he was that guy where if he chooses to sit out, teams are just gonna start trying to trade for him. I don't know.
A lot of teams want Jae Crowder. A lot of teams are gonna come get Jae Crowder.
Maybe at the deadline. They ain't gonna give up much.
I've never seen a guy has a nice playoff run, but then the next year just shows that he's just a worse version of himself. But people just act as if he's still the same guy. Khris Middleton after that finals run in the regular season, he was way more inconsistent than he was in years past. I think he was like his shooting splits was one of the lowest in his career, and he
did say he was dealing with a wrist problem.
Oh.
He did say that. So I mean, but Khris Middleton, those narratives that were going around about the Batman and whatever somehow made Khris Middleton. People think he was better than he was. Like people viewing Khris Middleton as the savior for the Bucks, and that he comes back and they're just gonna run through the East. No,
Mars, you put some brandy in your Earl Grey this morning.
Bro, you guys are underrating the shit out of.
What are y'all talking about?
I'm not.
Khris Middleton's a good player.
I know you're drunk. I know you're drunk already.
He's not the savior for the Bucks that people seem to view him as.
Yep.
Like they only lost to the Celtics because of no Khris Middleton. If Khris Middleton's there, they go back to back. Like
it's gonna be crazy when they win the chip. What you guys are gonna be saying?
Middleton.
If they win the chip, then we'll be wrong. I just don't think they're going to get through the East.
If they win
I don't know about the Bucks winning the chip, but I know that Khris Middleton is not mid. He's just not mid.
I never said he's mid. I just said he's not the savior. That's what I said.
Khris Middleton is like that.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're gonna win the championship though. I can't really call that, but
they will.
Yeah, they're like that.
I'm gonna try and pronounce your name one time for the one time since I called you AA already, but then I'm going back to A. Atunji Akinde.
That was actually pretty good.
My best guess.
There's a D in there. Adetunji.
Yeah, well, sometimes you don't pronounce stuff, so I tried to not pronounce it.
The D could be silent.
Who knows?
It's Adetunji. I have a friend named Adetunji.
Well, there you go, Mars. Why ain't you say it? Because you just let me do it, huh? I brought his name up twice now, and there's actually a third one coming. He said,
"You read the super chats. It's your job."
Is this your friend, Mars?
Oh, I don't have a friend named Adetunji. I just lied.
That's heat.
He said at Mars. I didn't disrespect Brunson last year. I was nervous for him to stay, but we screwed that up. And to say he didn't let Brunson play shows you don't watch Mavs games.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the first thing, I wasn't saying you specifically, whether Luka fans or whatever who were saying Brunson was mid last year, just in general, the population from what I hear. And I didn't say Luka doesn't let Brunson play. I just said Brunson is playing better now, and people are going to say, well, Luka didn't have this last year, and they're going to use that to say he didn't have help. That's what that was coming from.
Anything to make an excuse for Luka.
Yo, it's Giovanni with the super chat. PG's only bad playoffs was 2020 and 2018. Overhated. SMA.
That is so true.
Was he great against Portland in 2019?
In 2019, he was good. He was good in 2019. He wasn't playing bad. It's just he couldn't lock up Dame. Like, who the hell go lock up Dame?
He should have closed out. Stand there and watch him shoot that.
Yo, but Bob, we've talked about this before. That's what I'm saying. Dame shot that shit from half court. Like, okay, yes, I get it. No,
Look at the clock.
I get it.
Look at the clock. The clock's going down. Play defense. Get up in him.
Yes, get up in on him. But I'll be looking at Dame too. If I was Paul George, I'd have turned my back on him. Like, I dare you to shoot that shit. And I mean, bro, the dude shot a step back from half court, and PG still got a hand up.
He should have been up on him. He's 6'9", he's quick. Get a little closer.
He's not quicker than Dame.
Play some defense. You don't got to be quicker than Dame. You just got to play some defense. That's all I'm saying.
Jordan Reed with the super chat. Luka needs an all-star big man to help him go to the NBA Finals. They pretty much was in that conference finals last season with most of the same pieces.
I want DeAndre Ayton to go over there. I know
I don't
y'all hate
know.
DeAndre Ayton, but
I don't know now. Recently, he's looking ooh-wee.
But they don't give DeAndre Ayton the fucking ball. It doesn't even make sense why they don't give DeAndre Ayton the ball. It's like they almost treat DeAndre Ayton like he's Annie. You know, like orphan Annie. No, I'm being serious, bro. Like they
they be
literally
doing him dirty.
it's literally like play defense, rebound, set screens. You can't touch the ball. They treat DeAndre Ayton like he's Rudy Gobert or Clint Capella or something. And like I'm like, dude can shoot. Dude got a competent post game. Dude can, like, when you drive, dude can catch and you know, finish at the rim. On top of that, DeAndre Ayton can run the floor. He's a mobile big. I don't get it, to be honest.
Rod, I'm laughing because when you said Annie, I knew who you're talking about right away. And then when you added, you know, orphan Annie. That just hit different, bro. Oh my god.
They definitely do treat him like the little curly redhead chick, because that's ridiculous, bro.
Oh, KG
My
Son.
bad. My bad. I need to clarify something. Paul George didn't play like great. It was more like mid. It wasn't like trash that everyone holds him to, but it was like
He didn't play as good as Khris Middleton.
Khris Middleton won.
That's very true. I don't know if Paul George has ever had a postseason run like Khris Middleton had.
in game five though, PG went crazy.
You could shout out one game out of the whole playoffs. You know, he's good.
I mean, we're not gonna like Khris Middleton was consistent.
Khris Middleton would have a good game and then a bad game, a good game and a bad game, a good game and a bad game. It was annoying.
So would you say that Giannis has no help?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what he's gonna say, JD. Giannis carried that squad. Drew Holiday and Khris Middleton stood there and watched. Only Brook Lopez helped.
Injuries carried them, to be honest. Injuries carried.
Grayson Allen.
Injuries for sure carries them.
Yeah, Grayson Allen was the second best player on that roster.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, don't forget about Pat
Grayson Allen
Connaughton.
wasn't
Don't
even-
forget about
Grayson Allen
Pat
wasn't even
Connaughton. Connaughton, my bad, Pat Connaughton. Oh, Dante DiVincenzo.
He got hurt in the postseason.
So then Giannis was out there by himself. Giannis and the refs.
It wasn't the
Nobody-
refs. It was God.
Nobody passed the ball. Giannis had to come and check up like he was playing one-on-one. Nobody can even pass the ball into him.
KG Son, two-time All-Star Julius Randle.
I'm
Yuck.
not hearing that shit. I don't want to hear that, bro. Like, why y'all put this man? I don't like Julius Randle, bro. I hate watching him play.
Well, now that I know how to pronounce your name, thank you, Mars. Adetunji Akinde. Mavs' biggest problem to me is rebounding. Get them a great rebounder / interior defender, and I ain't scared of no one in the West. Rebounding killed us in the Warriors series. Finally, the Kings suck. Fellow Mavs fan, shout out to
I said
AA.
that. I said that like last show that the Mavericks rebounding was their biggest issue because they seem to be unable to get any defensive rebounds. And Kevon Looney killed them in the Western Conference Finals. He should have been Western Conference Finals MVP, but they had to give that to a superstar because it's the inaugural accolade. They weren't about to give it to Kevon Looney.
What did you say, JD? That's a chat.
The one that I just read?
The Kings suck. That's what it said.
That's what I thought I heard. Who said that? Put that up real quick, JD.
I lost it now. Here it is.
Oh, okay.
Little ox
Is
shit.
it?
Little ox shit.
Little shit is crazy.
He's not going to get a rise out of you today?
I'm not tripping off that.
You'll play the role like nothing upsets you. When I was just watching the Kings game at your house the other night, and you was damn near about to break the TV.
Bobby, what did you become a Kings fan in like the early 2000s?
No, I'm a bandwagon guy. I just became a Kings fan this year.
Bandwagon to the Kings.
Why would you bandwagon
this
to the
year?
Kings?
I was never a Kings fan until just this year.
That's like the opposite of a bandwagon. That's I don't know.
You
what
just
that
like
is.
losers.
What can I say?
Bro, you don't become a bandwagon Kings fan, so.
JD, because we all know. Come on, JD.
Is that even considered bandwagon? Is that even considered bandwagon?
Since
No,
the diapers,
what I
the
did to
diapers.
Golden State was bandwagon. And what
Diapers
you're doing,
is.
I don't even know what you're doing. But
I was a
please
Kings
carry on.
fan. I was a Kings fan before Hito Turkoglu got there. So
Heat stroke, turkey glue.
All right, you're confusing me, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm confused now.
He's been a Kings fan for a long time.
Dub not
over-
knowing who Heat Stroke Turkey Glue is fire.
No. He just said he just bandwagon to the Kings though.
I was
Yeah,
trolling.
he's trolling, bro.
Lies.
Nobody bandwagons to the Kings.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Okay.
We
I'm
know this,
sorry.
man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well,
Just like we were trolling about the Wilt Chamberlain thing, but
Nah,
Yeah.
I think Mars somewhat believes that.
No,
do too.
And I no,
believe
your
Wilt
point was
Chamberlain.
nice.
I believe Wilt Chamberlain scored 100, but I thought it was very easy to say he didn't based on the free throw percentage. But I believe it happened. But
Nah,
I also
the
don't
point
care that it happens.
the point that you said was I think Wilt Chamberlain was just fucking killing these guys all game, and they was like, you know what, he
They
had
just
to
made
score
up. They
100.
just they just made up. I mean, that's possible. I mean, I highly doubt there was someone that counted how many rebounds Wilt Chamberlain was getting, how many points he was scoring. They were just
And
saying
they
he had a
just
lot.
added the free throws. They just added the free
Yeah,
throws.
they just
That's
said,
it.
you know what, Wilt had a lot. That's it. Wilt had a
Yep.
lot.
He had
Mars,
a
is, it a
Got a number on it.
is it a possibility Wilt maybe had like 87 or 92, and they're like, hey, let's go ahead and just throw on 8 extra free throws just to make it, you know,
Yeah.
just to
Yeah,
get him to that 100 mark.
that's 100% what happened. Wilt probably had like 96.
So you don't believe it? See, that's the second time you got caught.
Yeah, Wilt probably had like 96, and there was just people in the crowd. You're like, you know what? Let's just say he had 100. Who's really gonna check this 60 years from now?
bro,
And here we are.
I want to
And they
talk.
deleted all the footage. They deleted all of the
Exactly,
footage.
it
So nobody
somehow
could track
disappeared.
it.
I know cameras existed, but
I
no footage of that
really
game.
want to talk about this Magic Johnson stuff that we were talking about last night. But
Pimp?
first, Jimmy Two Shoes said, "Is this the Warriors' last dance?"
Last season was their last dance.
I think I think they can still make them run real Mars.
They ain't gonna win.
Why?
The champion's coming out the East this year.
I think so too.
They ain't
think
gonna
so
win.
too.
Yeah,
but
the Bucks.
they
Can you
can make
imagine a
finals,
KD?
man.
Can you imagine a KD versus Steph finals? Yo.
And then when the Nets beat the Warriors in the finals, everyone's gonna say, "Well,
KD was always
than
better.
Steph." Yeah.
Yo, and it's so
Nah, that'd be
annoying.
fire.
I
That'd be
hate
fire
it.
for
I
real.
hate it, bro. Why do people do this shit? They're so predictable. Just so predictable, bro. So annoying.
I don't get why you guys have zero faith in the Warriors though. I just like
No, that's not what we're saying. That's not what we're
well,
saying.
no, Mars was just saying that he doesn't think that the Warriors are gonna win it. Damn, there sounds like you don't think that they're even gonna make it to the conference finals. And I'm like, bro,
I said if they make the playoffs, I think they can beat anyone in the West in a series.
yeah, but then you just said that they're not gonna win it though. So
Yeah, because
you-
I think the champions coming out the East, Boston, Milwaukee, Philly, Brooklyn, any of them come out the East, they win, in my opinion.
so as a betting man right now, do you think that they're gonna go to the championship? Do you think they'll make it?
Would I bet on the Warriors to make the finals right now? No.
I bet on them just because the odds are so good.
I was gonna say I would
They got Steph Curry. The odds are crazy right
tell
now.
you I'm not
Shit.
betting against him.
That's the point that I made. I said it in a game 7. I'm not betting against Steph Curry in any playoff series. I'm not betting against Steph Curry, especially if Clay's next to him, especially if Draymond's next to him, and especially if you throw Andrew Wiggins in there.
I'm not
I
gonna
might,
lie,
need to,
bro.
I might need to take a trip up to Emerald Queen real quick and put some money on the Warriors.
I think the Celtics took such a good jump this year, bro. It's like I don't see any other team beating them. I think they're so good. They're such a good team.
I need to see them more with Robert Williams in the lineup because their defense hasn't looked as good this year as it did last year, and their offense is so good because no one seems to be able to miss threes, which I don't know if that's going to translate in the playoffs. So.
Yo,
Only
I
reason
want
There's
a
some
petition.
hesitancy.
I want a petition. Get Grant Williams off, bro. I don't believe in him. I really don't believe in him, bro. I can't do it.
Well, you know, because with Danilo getting hurt this offseason, that's what did it for me. Because I definitely, when they picked up Danilo and Malcolm, I was like, yeah, they're 100% winning it. When Danilo got hurt this summer, I was a little nervous, but I still think the Celtics can do it though.
I don't really know how to find an updated number for the odds, but I think it's Warriors are plus 500 around there. I don't know where.
So nobody up here thinks that the Celtics are just possibly a little bit overhyped over that one championship run, because this is all I'm gonna say, and you guys are gonna get mad at me, but this is all I'm gonna say. When the Suns did it a couple years back, and I hyped Devin Booker for it, y'all shit on me. But y'all can come up here and hype this last run out of the Celtics and Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, and it's nothing.
Well, the difference is that the Celtics don't have Chris Paul. So
No, that's not the difference. The difference is the Suns didn't face hurt team after hurt. The Suns faced hurt team after hurt team, while the Celtics didn't. Besides Milwaukee.
That doesn't matter though, because Khris Middleton is mid. So
Yeah, I don't care about that because he's mid.
I just found the odds, by the way. Plus 1,300 plus. Yeah, it's around like plus 13 plus 1,200 for Warriors odds, I think.
I don't know if that's good or not. So
I'm about to take that.
Yeah, that is good.
who's the favorites in the West?
the Kings, bro.
Nobody knows. The West is so wide open this year. I don't think anybody has a valid like. This guy is gonna make it out the West. Kawhi is crazy.
For me right now, I'd say Denver and New Orleans are the two teams I think are the best teams in the West, but I don't know. Maybe the Clippers.
But we could do all this regular season shit, but it's really the playoffs that we really gonna be looking at, bro. If I'm gonna be real, so it's like the Pelicans. I really believe in Zion Williamson in his first time in the playoffs, going to the finals. That would be remarkable. I'm not with that. Denver, I think, is a good one, but again, the defense with Jokic, it's like I don't know. That could be taken advantage of. Golden State, I'm gonna believe in them every time. The Clippers, if Kawhi is healthy, I will believe in them as well. But then after that, it's like, who else am I gonna pick?
If Denver avoid Golden State, I think they go to the finals. So that's who I think.
Well, Denver's healthy this year. The only reason they lost to Golden State last year was because they weren't healthy.
Nah, Memphis is too young. Somebody just said Memphis. Memphis, they're too immature, bro.
I do think the playoffs is all about matchups. I don't think Memphis can go to the finals, but I do think if Memphis played New Orleans, they beat New Orleans. But I think New Orleans could go to the finals because, I mean, if you watched the New Orleans Memphis game, yesterday or whatever?
Yeah, it was last night.
Like I predicted, Memphis have a lot of size on the interior. Zion Williamson struggled. Yeah. I think that's something that could happen in the playoffs. And I think Memphis is just a good matchup for a team like the Pelicans. But I think New Orleans could beat a lot of other teams due to those issues. It's all about matchups. The playoffs.
That's a fact. That's a fact. As long as Jaren Jackson can stay out of foul trouble, Memphis got action.
What got me off the Memphis train is the fact that pause that. But what got me off of Memphis was
nasty.
I paused it before anyone said anything.
Nasty.
But when they played the Warriors, bro, and just froze up and lost to them, bro, I'm sitting here like how you gonna freeze up on a team without Stephen Curry, bro? Like how? How do you just allow that to happen to yourself?
The Warriors were at home. Like the Warriors were at home.
But Mars, that's weird. No, Mars, that's weird though. That's weird. That y'all just freeze up and just ask when the moment calls for y'all to show up and put your money.
You talking about like last week though?
I can't really say that because Golden State shot like 50% from free.
Yeah.
Like it's not like Memphis played terribly. Golden State just couldn't miss. Besides Clay, Clay was doing nothing but missing, but everyone else was making shots.
Yeah.
And Dylan Brooks, I don't know who Dylan Brooks thinks he is. But he's not whatever he thinks he is.
He thinks he's that dude.
Thank you. That's a fact.
That guy takes way too many shots, and there's so many dumb shots. And I hate his jump shot as well. No arc.
Hey, Desmond Bane's out right now?
Yeah. I don't know if he came back, but I don't know if he's coming back.
They definitely need Desmond Bane in the lineup because, like you said, Dylan Brooks.
Yeah, he's been back for a few games, but it's been like very up and down. So I don't know if he's gonna play his way back into it.
When Desmond Bane's not in the lineup, then Dylan Brooks just goes crazy. His head just,
Speaking of Dylan Brooks, do you guys see what Jaren Jackson Jr. said about him?
What did he say?
That he is by far the best defender in the league, and they're only just now looking at Dylan Brooks as a great defender because they're getting games on TV.
Well, you can't be mad at him for saying that because it's his teammate, and Dylan Brooks is a solid defender. So
I think he's.
I'm not mad at Jaren for saying it. I don't believe it, but Dylan Brooks is definitely a top-notch defender, though.
That's one thing about Memphis, though, because they got two. I would probably say two like upper echelon wing defenders in Dylan Brooks and Desmond Bane. We all know Desmond Bane plays defense. And then they got Jaren Jackson, who's always top in the league in blocks. And then, Steven Adams, like he's obviously on the perimeter. He can't play defense, but in the paint, nobody really wants to, wrestle with him in the paint. Then they got dudes that come off the bench and play defense too. Yeah. So like they're going to play defense.
Brandon Clark played defense. Shit, hey, Roddy
Ron,
was
who would
playing
you
some
like
pretty
to
solid
wrestle
D
in the
last
paint?
night too.
I plead the fifth.
What's wrong with you, Jay?
Well, yeah, I was just asking a question. Drink more water with a 50 piece. How can a team that since 2018-19 have the most regular season wins, were the 1, 1, 3, and 3 seeds, have the most postseason wins, have a championship, and is not a dominant team in the East? Also, Giannis at 32, 11, and 5, but is worse. Happy New Year's.
Drink more water. Talk
No
that talk.
no one
that
said
talk.
the Bucks weren't one of the best teams in the East. I think everyone has them in their top 3, top 4. For the seeds and whatever, I mean, great. They're a great regular season team. And the 32, 11, and 5, if you can't watch Giannis and see that he looks worse this season, I don't know. Like, these box score stuff, I don't know what to say anymore.
Along what lines though, Mars?
His
Like,
jump shot has fallen off a cliff.
Okay, but
He can't make anything outside of 3 feet.
His jumper wasn't predicated.
Last
on his
season,
jumper. But his
last
game was
season-
never predicated on the jumper. though.
I'm not saying his game is pretty. I'm saying last season.
his jumper falling off a cliff
Jesus
doesn't have
Christ.
anything to do with Giannis being Giannis. Like now, I can see if you were saying
Nothing
he's
to do with
missing,
what I'm
he's
saying.
missing chippies or he's missing mid ranges, but like if he's missing threes, so it's like
I'm not talking about missing threes. Last season, he was a league average mid-range shooter. This season, he's been abysmal and he's taking damn near the same amount. That's hurting his overall efficiency and it's hurting his scoring arsenal because teams are now able to live with the mid-range jumper more than ever because he can't punish teams by making it like he could last season. And also his post game somehow looks worse this season as well. His game outside of the paint has just fallen off this season. He's visibly gotten worse. He's scoring more because he's taking more shots. And that's the difference. It's not like he's gotten better. If you think he's gotten better, then whatever, because he's averaging more points or whatever. But like visibly, he's gotten worse.
He need to get his big ass in the paint anyway. Stop shooting them damn 3 balls.
I mean, he shoots a couple more shots, and his shooting percentage is down a few percent. Okay, cool. But like I keep saying though, as the season goes on and as the season progresses, you're gonna continue to see guys play how they usually play. So if Giannis is averaging 32 on down percentages, well, guess what? When those mid ranges start falling, it's gonna be ugly.
Why are they gonna start falling though, Ron?
Why would they not? If last year and the year before Giannis has proven that he's a capable mid-range shooter, I'm not going to talk about the 3 ball. Let's leave the 3 Giannis without the same sins.
That's
Okay. I'm with that.
But I'm saying if once he starts knocking down the mid ranges and stuff like that, like I'm assuming he will, once he starts making his turnaround fadeaways and things like that, dude's going to start averaging 36, 37.
Yeah. I mean that little 11 foot, 9
I don't
foot.
think that's how it'll work.
I like that. I like that of the Giannis.
That's not how it's gonna work, Ron. Like it's just not. But if he makes those shots, he'll just take less shots because he wouldn't have to force as many shots as he's
See you,
doing.
J.
now.
Rob, like that beam.
Yo,
it's also not just a foregone conclusion that players will just get back to their averages. Last season, Steph, we all thought he was going to get back to his average efficiency, and it just never happened in the regular season. Giannis, like this could just be what Giannis is in the regular season this year. And if it comes around in the playoffs, which I highly doubt, because last season the mid-range jumper wasn't there in the playoffs. No jumper was there in the playoffs. So I'm just going to assume that Giannis, his jump shot is just not there. And then you're relying on someone who can only score at the rim. And teams can game plan against that in the playoffs like Boston did. And we saw Giannis's efficiency suffer. And we saw him have to take a bunch of shots and get gassed in the series, and then miss a bunch of bunnies in Game 7 and lose.
Didn't have Khris. Hold on, let's kind of obviously you can when your second best scorer is not there. Obviously you can.
Middleton is not changing anything.
Obviously, all right.
He's not
Middleton can take some pressure off Giannis, yes, because he can create his own shot.
Okay.
But Giannis having to get his own shot in the playoffs due to the fact that Coach Bud won't use him off the ball as much as he needs to. His post game isn't that good, so you're not getting him on the block as much as you would like for a player that size. He's gonna have to attack from the top of the key or the wing, getting downhill, and he doesn't have a jump shot he can fall back on. So you're gonna have to rely on him getting to the paint, which teams have shown they can game plan against, like Boston last year, like Miami have shown many times. I just don't see this working in the playoffs.
And Mars, I get everything you're saying, but correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody up here, anybody in the chat, Giannis is the best fucking player in the NBA. So I would take my chances on Giannis Antetokounmpo playing bully ball, not being able to shoot, while still shooting 58% scoring 32 points any day of the week, and I'm gonna take him to beat any team any day of the week. Dude, now listen, we're nitpicking on the dude shooting 58% from two. He's shooting 58%. So, I mean, we're saying, like, yeah, he's not playing that good. Well, it still doesn't really seem like teams are stopping him because he's shooting 58% from two.
Damn.
So, I mean, I'm like, it's like, what are we talking about, really?
We're talking about the game style and the play style of the team and how the play can lead to a championship. And I mean, this isn't just one player versus everybody, Ron. I mean, it's a team, and Giannis being this one-dimensional actually hurts the team. It hurts the team because now your play style is just one-dimensional, and then there's not a lot of things that you do differently. So
Doug, so
that
they've
would
been
definitely
hurt
lead
then.
to their downfall.
They've been hurt. They've been hurt since they drafted Giannis. Then
Been hurt?
you said it hurts the team. The team's been hurt. The team's had Kawhi knees since they drafted Giannis.
No, bro. No, that's not what I
Because
said.
he literally plays the same as he's
Khris
played his whole-
Khris Middleton, when they went on that run, he was crucial for that team because of the run he was going on. Because you had another guy who brought a different dynamic to the team. So Giannis being this one-dimensional and nobody else stepping up to that plate, because I don't believe in Khris Middleton to be that dynamic as he was in 2021. If he doesn't have anybody to create more of a dynamic in that offense, I don't believe in that team. I don't believe in them winning.
So you don't think Drew Holiday does that?
You've seen Drew Holiday when he has to take on that extra scoring role, and it doesn't look
Yeah.
pretty in the
I don't
playoffs.
think he has to take on an extra scoring role, but can you just answer my question? Does Drew Holiday create offense?
He does, but not to the level in which they do.
I didn't ask to what level. I just asked, does he create offense? Does Khris
Everyone-
Middleton
everyone
create offense?
Everyone creates.
Everyone
Brook
creates
Lopez
offense.
creates
Does
offense when he
Khris-
fucking making threes.
And I was going to get around to that. Does Khris Middleton create offense? I'm not asking, does he do it like how he used to? I'm asking, does he create offense?
Yes,
does.
yes.
Does
Every
Brook
NBA
Lopez
player
create
creates
offense?
Yes.
Yes.
Does Bobby Portis create
Yes.
offense? So what
Yes.
are we talking about? We
Oh
we
my
got,
God.
Because
and we
when
got-
when you ask questions in a yes or no format,
this
you're
is a
ignoring the
bad
fact that there's
hill.
levels to doing things. That's like
It's
saying
a-
does
it's a bad hill. We're
no
talking
does
about the
Giannis
Milwaukee
shoot
Bucks.
does Giannis shoot threes? Does Giannis shoot threes?
Yes.
Does Steph Curry shoot threes?
No.
What are you talking about? What?
And well, he's hurt right now in his defense. He's probably not shooting any threes right now.
Oh
what I was
my
trying to make.
God.
That's facts. Also, Dub, your brother is a filthy camper. I've been watching him for like the last 5 minutes. And he also uses a deployment barrier, which is insane, just sitting behind it.
That's my father.
And he's okay.
Don't talk about him like
All right,
that.
he gets an excuse then. He gets an excuse.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All dads
It's
all
okay.
dads are
He
campers.
said you're amazing at Call of Duty.
All dads are campers.
Fluence over there?
Huh?
I didn't know Fluent played Call of Duty, bro.
Yo.
You gotta stop fucking playing with me.
Crazy.
Don't take this.
Nah, y'all better stop that shit.
I can't even say it now. Adam Tunji with the super chat. Just trolling about the Kings stuff. They have been great this year. Mars got the pronunciation of my name. Jimmy Two Shoes with the super chat. If the Warriors don't win a chip, I think Steph falls out. Top 5 point guards all time, bro. This is it. If they don't win, then he'd fall out.
I don't get how players can fall behind players who are already retired if they've already passed them. That doesn't make sense to me. Like if you have LeBron top 5 and somehow he's gonna fall behind guys he's already passed, like that doesn't make sense. Because that means you're punishing him for playing longer. Like as far as I'm concerned, you can only move up. If you move up,
no, because
you
they
can't
might
just move down.
they might have ranked him on projection, you know. And he
That's
just
weird
fell,
to me.
he just fell short of their expectations or something, you know.
Well, that okay. If that's what people do, then that's even weirder to me because that means like then you're gonna end up putting Luka Doncic 25 already and then saying, well, he's moving down because he's not doing what I expected. Just rank them when they do it. That's how I would do it, but to each their own.
I feel you, Mars. I'm just saying that's probably what they're doing. I feel you though.
Here's a super chat for you, Bobby. He's slapping you in the face like a wet blanket. Did you guys know that Embiid and Giannis have a higher usage rate than Luka?
Oh my god.
Mars actually explained usage rate perfectly. Mars, do you want to explain that again?
That's the dumbest
No,
argument
we know.
ever.
We
Please,
know.
Mars.
Yeah,
Shut these bozos up.
Usage rate is the amount of possessions that ends with the action that you committed. Field goal attempt, free throw attempt, turnover. Those are the 3 ways that you can end a possession and get given the usage. Joel Embiid and Giannis, 2 of the most dominant free throw shooters in the NBA and 2 of the most dominant scorers. They have a lot of usage because they take a lot of shots and because they get to the free throw line a lot. So a lot of the possessions in Philadelphia, Milwaukee end with them. That's how usage rate works. If you want to actually look at how much a player is dominating the ball, look at time of possession. If you want to look at that, you will see that Luka Doncic is by far and away leading the NBA in time of possession, dribbles per touch, all of those actual metrics of how much someone's dominating the ball. It's Luka Doncic, far and away number one. James Harden is number two. Joel Embiid's teammate, although the usage rate.
James Harden still ball hogging?
James Harden's actually number two. So if you want to use the stats that are talking about ball domination, those are the numbers you'd use, not usage.
Hey, how many seconds are on the shot clock?
24.
24. So when Luka dribbles around for 21 seconds and then passes the ball, then they got to shoot it.
Yeah, the grenade argument is gone.
Yeah, if Luka does that, if he passes the ball to Tim Hardaway after dribbling for 20 seconds, the usage rate would say that Tim Hardaway had the usage for that possession, and it would just count for nothing for Luka. That's why usage rate is flawed when talking about how ball dominant someone is.
Why was usage rate created?
To calculate how many possessions, I'm assuming, to calculate how many possessions one player, your best player, was probably using up. Is you want to have your best players with more usage. You want them to take the most shots. That's what usage rate is probably calculating. Like when you look at Russell Westbrook, he had the high usage because he was taking the shots, the turnovers, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when you headshot these bozos, Mars.
I just like when people like. Well, I just don't like because I'm the stat guy. I just don't like when people use stats incorrectly or when they misrepresent them or they use the wrong stats to form the wrong conclusions, and then I just correct them because if you're going to use stats, at least use them right.
Mars is headshot and ether now your terms. You know how like what's that game where when you beat somebody you take their powers, or is that now something that you possess?
I mean, I've never used the term headshot or ether. That's just what other people seem to use when they believe I have done that. I just talk.
Can you say ether?
Head on a spike.
That's mine. Head on a spike.
I said, put that in your pipe and smoke it.
I love that. That is my favorite saying. Bro.
Which one, Dub? Head on a spike? Or
Nah.
Put it in a pipe and smoke it?
Put a pipe in and smoke it. He said that to a little kid, bro. What's wrong with him? Like, what's wrong with him? Ron, and I'm really upset you let that slide. That is crazy, bro.
Hey, if you enter the arena with ticket, you're giving yourself up for that opportunity to.
I'll never forgive you. I'll never forgive you.
What happened last open gym? Were you able to corral ticket? Were you able to corral low?
Nah. But ticket was talking to a grown ass man. And the time when he said put a pipe in the smoke it, he said that to a kid that I think he was in middle school.
I don't. He might have said that. You know how fast Ticket talks? Well, I was nothing I could do about that. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I'm thinking everybody has the courtesy and maybe a little bit of just, common knowledge and respect not to say something like that to a kid. But I guess Ticket, Ticket.
But the thing about Ticket, though,
I'm playing a middle schooler, I'm gonna beat him 21-0.
Hey, yeah. Ticket never plays down to his competition.
He never does.
With that being said, though, if we're talking about basketball, if a middle school kid challenges you to a basketball game, you're supposed to kick his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like in a debate, that's a little different.
The thing that you can't be upset about with Ticket because he has that energy with everybody. So it's like you can't call it bullying, Bobby, because he talks the same way to everybody. Literally everybody. Yeah.
No, but when me and Ticket were talking about that, I didn't bring up the age. Him and Shaq brought the age up. But then I was like, well, that is a fact. You know what I'm saying? You do be trying to punk teenagers. But I wasn't talking about that. I'm talking about when you get on and you say shit you don't you know that these people, when they get on here, they only got 2-3 minutes to get that shit off. And when you talk for 1 minute and 55 seconds and disrespect everything about this person and the person only gets 5 seconds, it's like, bro, come on. Like, at least let the person, get that get back,
In Ticket's defense, he didn't choose them to come up there. They willingly brought themselves up there to get headshots.
True.
I feel that.
Putting themselves in the crosshairs.
Put a pipe in and smoke it.
Restless with the super chat. What?
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, not put a pipe in it.
Yeah.
Oh, put that in your pipe and smoke it. You can tell I don't smoke, bro.
Or putting a pipe in it. It's crazy. Restless with the super chat. What should the Pels do to be contenders? In parentheses, he said future.
They need to stop letting CJ be the primary facilitator on the team because that's not going to work in the playoffs. But that's going to take a while before Dyson Daniels steps up, in my opinion, because that's who they need to be that player because he's the best passer on the team already, and he's a rookie.
They need to go get Mike Conley.
Get rid of CJ McCollum.
Or you can get rid of him, yeah.
Depends
on what you can get.
Because the defense, I mean, he has good offense, but I don't believe in the defense of those guys if CJ, Valanciunas, and Zion's all going to be playing at the same time of each other.
Well, you said get rid of CJ?
Brandon Ingram needs to get healthy. I don't know, like he's injury prone, which is a problem.
That's him.
How do you guys feel about New Year's resolutions?
No, I've never made one in my 5 years of living.
I don't wait for a new year to correct my life. I'll correct it when I have to.
Facts.
I hate New Year's resolutions. I think it's so stupid.
I agree.
Do you believe in New Year's resolutions, Jay?
No, I don't set New Year's. I'm the same way. Like if I want to do something, I just do it. I don't wait for the new year to do anything.
This is my problem with New Year's resolutions, JD. It's that throughout the 12 months, it's like I fuck up so much that I can't wait to the New Year's to resolve myself. I got to do it like right now, or else I'll just be doing bozo shit all year.
Right. Yeah.
Heard you.
It is very interesting. Like if people are able to set them and then actually execute on them, like great, congrats, that's good. But for the most part, it's just like people trying to make themselves feel like they're about to accomplish something, and then it's like they get some kind of serotonin hit from making a resolution, then working on it for 2 weeks, and then being like, well, that was great, worked on it, but nothing came from it. I don't know.
So what you think that New Year's resolutions are actually like detrimental instead of actually helping? They're actually worse for you?
No, because I'm sure there's some kind of percentage that applies to the situation of like X amount of people actually follow through on it. Mm-hmm. And then, there's the 90% who go and sign up at a gym and then they're done after a month.
It's not. Hey, JD, did anybody bring up when we said like what was the top things that happened last year? Did anybody bring up how Ron cut the show off with like an hour and a half left? And I had a fire quote that day. I had a fire quote ready for that day too.
Do you have the quote still?
Nah, man, that's long gone. It's past. Once it's gone, it's gone.
That's Bozo Ron's
Ron, that's some L host energy.
That
Ron.
was
that's
crazy. It was crazy. But like, what else do you expect from a player?
Hey, JD, look up into the top right of your screen. You see that in broadcast button?
Don't you dare do it.
Hey, I got my cursor right over it.
Dare do it.
Chat, I swear to God, y'all send some stupid shit in the chat.
Hey, Bobby, Shaq did the same thing too with me and Mars on open
and
gym.
Dub. So we have three bozos.
No, Jay. Mine is completely different because we were ending the show. We were ending the show.
You still did it, but yes, yours is definitely gets a pass because of the nature of the where it occurred. But
yo, I don't understand why you guys think like I didn't. All right, Jimmy, keep playing with me. Hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. We'll see you guys next year. See ya.
Next year is crazy. Jimmy Two Shoes with the super chat said top 5 defenders in the NBA.
Oh, Anthony Davis,
Davion Mitchell, Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis,
Brooke Lopez.
No, not Dylan Brooks.
Brooke Lopez.
Anthony Davis.
Brooke Lopez getting deep.
Bam Adebayo, Draymond Green, Giannis.
Man,
he hates guards.
Just picking the big guys?
Hates guards.
I said OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby's a wing.
Okay.
Exactly.
Jordan Reed, do y'all believe Lauri Markkanen will be an All-Star since the All-Star game is in Utah? Also, 7-game series. 2000-2001 Lakers versus 95-96 Bulls LA wins. We talked about this when we did our All-Star game predictions. I don't remember what we came to, but it wouldn't be crazy if Lauri Markkanen was in there.
I would be rooting for him, but
the catalyst is that it's in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, though, I think Lauri might get in actually. But I mean, it's got to be some injuries. He's gonna have to be a replacement. But if it is an injury and they have to choose between anybody, they're definitely doing some hometown cooking.
Yeah. Hey JD, When can I get my James Harden list off? Somebody just asked me in the chat.
Your James Harden list?
Yeah, I'm
Everyone he's
diligent.
taken over James Harden.
I'm diligently working on that list. Like day in, day out, night in.
Oh my God.
Night in, night out. Every few seconds, like a new name pops in my head, and I have to go write it down in my notebook. So
I told you once you finally get to James Harden, then we're gonna get to that list.
That list will take the whole show. The way it sounds.
It's gonna be great.
Are you done? Is it fully constructed?
No, Ron, I need at least 4 more months.
What's the most random name that you have so far?
I'm not going to. No, we'll wait. We'll just wait.
No spoilers. No spoilers. Finn275 said, "Can we speak on Claxton's improvement this year?"
Claxton's looked great defensively. He still can't make free throws, but he looks great defensively.
KD and
he could have been in my top 5 defenders.
KD and Clax are the best defending duo in the league.
Huh? Okay.
Brian Holiday with the super chat. Giannis was less efficient against Boston, but him relentlessly attacking the cup did have a cumulative effect on Boston's defense. By the later games, they didn't want to stay in front of him.
Had a cumulative effect on him as well. By the later games, he couldn't even finish at the rim. So
once again, though, that's where a guy like Khris Middleton comes in. Maybe Giannis is a little bit fresher in game 6 or 7. Or maybe he doesn't have to attack the rim as much. And he takes that burden off of him. But either way it goes, like, Giannis is gonna kill you over 7 games. He's gonna kill your defense. By like how Dude was saying, by game 4, 5, and 6, you're gonna be like, damn, I'm tired of dealing with this dude. By game 7, you just damn near gonna let him have his way.
That's not
maybe. That's why the Bucks are still contenders, but maybe.
I'm not gonna hold y'all.
Go ahead, Derek.
No, what are you?
I don't understand why, like, because the chat's saying it too. Am I speaking a foreign language by saying that the Bucks are legitimate championship contenders?
I
think everyone thinks they're contenders. It just sounds like your reasoning is they have the best player in the world. So
it's not that.
That's what it sounds like to me.
They have the best team in the world with the best player in the world, and if you ask me, the best defense in the world. So that's why
their defense is great. Their defense is probably why they have the best chance. Their offense is not gonna. The offense is not helping.
I mean, even offensively though, like, so you guys are making it seem so their offense is trash.
It's mid. In the playoffs, it won't be good. But I'm borderline certain their offense in the playoffs won't be good.
It's easy to defend, bro.
I'm still saying, like, I think you guys are basing a lot of this off last year when they didn't have Khris Middleton. On top of that,
when they won the ring wasn't good either. They just had a great defense.
Keep in mind, though, last year too, because it's a lot of recency bias, and I do hear what you just said, Morris, but it's a lot of recency bias from last year when they were playing against the Boston Celtics, who are, last time I checked, an elite defense. So, I mean, obviously they're not going to look as good. Nobody last year looked as good against Boston. Did anybody in the playoffs look good against Boston?
Steph Curry.
Did your Lord and Savior?
Besides the Warriors.
Steph Curry did. No,
Jimmy Butler.
Steph Curry did.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler didn't look all of that good.
What? He looked good. What are you talking about? Jimmy was balling.
No. Jimmy did. But I'm saying, like, as a team, what team?
You know what? Let me get to this point. So you had Jimmy Butler, who's worse than Giannis. You had Stephen Curry, where in your admission is worse than Giannis.
Yeah.
So out of all the teams, who else did Boston play in? Oh, KD. So KD, he's worse than Giannis. But there's 2 guys in that playoff series that Boston Celtics faced. They played better than Giannis Antetokounmpo and against the Boston Celtics.
Did they, Dub?
They did.
And you're saying that
Giannis had some crazy numbers. So.
You're saying that for sure, Dub. Giannis. This is a hill you want to jump off this diving board into the deep end.
Ron. Just because I'm Jack-a-lot records.
Drink more water. Look at drink more water.
No. Just because I'm Jack-a-lot records and I'm sitting here just putting up all these shots up and my stat sheet looks wild, doesn't mean like offensively.
Like Luka?
I was better.
What was his percentages? Because
sorry, JD. Don't do it, JD. Don't do it, JD.
If you shoot shots and you make them, then that doesn't make you Jack-a-lot records. That doesn't. You're Jack-a-lot records when you shoot in this. But furthermore, Doug. So what would Steph have done without Andrew Wiggins? It would have been a
My
little harder for him to get off, right?
That's a big
What did he
hypothetical,
Andrew
Ron, but they would have got
Wiggins?
their ass kicked.
Andrew Wiggins, bro.
No, I'm talking about
Let's
Steph.
stop
I'm
it.
talking about Steph. He was their second best player, and he was going crazy in the finals. He had a good
Stop it.
finals. Andrew Wiggins had a good finals, but you're
Great
not
finals.
You're not exactly my point, but you're not listening to what I'm saying, Dub. I'm saying if you take your second best player out of your offense, how Mars was just saying earlier, the defense is going to key in on you more. So they're going to make it harder for Steph. Okay. What does Jimmy Butler do if Adebayo's not playing?
I got you.
They key in on Jimmy.
What the hell are you talking about? He had
Tyler
Drew
Herro
Holiday.
wasn't there.
What are
Tyler
you
Herro
talking about?
wasn't there.
Tyler Herro wasn't there. Bam wasn't being
And
aggressive
Jimmy
the whole
Butler wasn't
fucking
even
game.
100% in that
Yeah,
series.
and Drew Holiday was there for the other team, and Bobby Portis. So what
was
doing?
Jimmy Butler's numbers?
Hold
I
up.
just want to know what were these crazy numbers that Jimmy Butler was
I'll do
putting
the
up.
numbers for Jimmy Butler. I'm going to give you the number for Giannis. He had 33, 14, and 7, right? You think that's amazing. On 45, 25, and 67. And 45%, considering that the majority of his shots is layups, that's not that good. It's not that good, bro.
Giannis' true shooting against the Celtics was lower than KD's.
Yes, it was lower than KD.
What does true shooting mean?
Jimmy Butler had
it's efficiency.
true shooting is efficiency. Yeah, Jimmy
But like,
Butler
what type
had
of stat
20
is that? Is that a percentage stat or like a decimal stat or what? I don't know this.
It's a percentage, but what it does is it values threes, twos, and free throws based on the value they get for each possession. So a three is worth more than a two, so it would weigh that into the equation more than field goal percentage would. That makes sense.
Okay, gotcha.
And my bad, to clarify for people in the chat, I'm really mainly talking about like scoring the ball. I'm not really like the whole entire game. I'm talking about scoring the ball. Jimmy Butler against the Boston Celtics was 47, 29, and 88 on 25 points per game.
And that was so much better.
I mean, Jimmy was also better defensively in that series.
And his true shooting was 58. His true shooting was 58%. And what was Giannis's?
51.5.
Yeah, so there you go, Ron. There you go.
And Jimmy Butler played better defense than Giannis.
In that series, in my opinion.
Based on what, Morris?
Based on the fact that Giannis was having to cover a lot of ground on the perimeter due to the Celtics taking a lot of threes, and he has infamously sloppy closeouts. His rim protection wasn't as valuable because Boston would get into the paint, forcing the defense to collapse and getting a lot of wide open threes off of Giannis in particular. And the fact that Brook Lopez was not mobile on the perimeter, Giannis's defense, I'm not going to say was exposed, but was limited, whereas Jimmy Butler was playing excellent point of attack defense, was playing excellent in the passing lanes, and wasn't someone who you could target on defense like the bigs of the Bucks were in those series.
So we're up here. We're all going to say clearly, hands down, no debating, that Jimmy Butler played better than Giannis Antetokounmpo last year in the playoffs against the Celtics.
Fuck no.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he scored more efficiently and played better defense. That's what I'm saying.
And Jimmy usually plays good against the Celtics, so I'm not trying to knock Jimmy. I'm just saying, like, Giannis was going crazy.
And I'm just saying, bro, just because you have 33, just because you're jacking up a lot of shots doesn't mean you automatically had a better series. That's all I'm saying.
Now, remember this. Just because you're jacking up a lot of shots, it don't mean, just remember this shit. No, just remember it. I want you to store this in a part of your brain. Store this in the alcohol part. If he was
doing this on good shooting splits, I wouldn't mind it. Thing is
that
he wasn't.
Can you give me Jimmy's field goal percentages again? Because that didn't seem too great.
47. He was 47 from the field. While Giannis was 45. His true shooting was 58. His true shooting was 58 to 51.
Can we please keep our true shooting nonsense out of this? This ain't no video game, dog.
Video game.
It should be a video game. Part of efficiency, right?
It is efficiency. It is efficiency.
Oh man. Next.
Hey, you know.
Next, Jose Rose with the super chat. Happy New Year, fellas. So what are your guys' favorite jerseys of all time? And if you could assign a jersey to each person on the panel in PC based off personality, what would everyone be? Man, I mean, the
Grizzlies used to have good jerseys.
Yep, the Grizzlies and the Toronto Raptors with the Raptor on it.
Like, those Grizzlies jerseys were so dope.
Miami Vice.
Sonics, old school Sonics jerseys.
I like the Sonics jersey. Utah Jazz jerseys is so dope. I
Clean.
love.
John Stockton more than mids.
Clean.
No, but they were nice though. They were.
Yeah, I like the pinstripes. I'm a fan of the old Magic jerseys, and I'm a fan of, obviously the black Bulls jerseys with the red pinstripes. Whew,
I had that Scottie Pippen one.
Hey, them black Bulls jerseys with the red pinstripes. I know a lot of it goes because Jordan and Pippen and all of that, but them jerseys is bad.
I mean, those Grant Hill Pistons jerseys were nice as well.
But those were those like green like greenish tealish kind of color.
They were like
fire.
I mean, I'm kind of colorblind, but they were like bluish green, I guess.
Yeah, those are dope.
With the horse on it.
I like the old Raptors jerseys too, with the dinosaur on it, with the T-Rex on it, dribbling the ball. Yeah, them motherfuckers was tough.
Old school Magic.
Oh, those Phoenix jerseys in the '90s were cold too.
Yeah.
Ron,
every single Kings jersey.
If we're signing jerseys to people, Ron is this year's Utah Jazz jersey.
Utah Jazz jersey already?
Can't even remember what that jersey looks like.
Exactly.
Fire.
Oh damn.
What happened?
They're just very meh.
So who are you assigning these jerseys to, JD? What jerseys are we wearing based on our personality?
Like I said,
I want the jersey I want is the Heat's jersey in 06. I'll take that.
I'm taking a Seattle Sonics jersey, like 90s, mid-90s era Sonics jersey.
Just give me any Jalen Green jersey. Jalen Green the GOAT.
Facts.
I want those throwback Celtics, the gray with the green stripe around
Oh, greatest. Okay. I'm definitely okay. I'm putting a Puerto Rican national team jersey on Dub. I would love that actually. I would really love that. Appreciate it. I would wear that and I would give it to your mother.
What the fuck? Like you would give it to his mother, or you would give the jersey to his mother?
Maybe both.
Okay. All right. On that note, my head hurts. I would like to get out of here. Dub, any final words?
Hide your moms, man. Hide your moms.
Oh, bro.
Trade James Wiseman.
Bobby.
Man, don't drink and drive. Drink plenty of water. Hit the gym. Love yourself.
Ron.
Bucks in 6. And Dub, don't forget that quote now. You hear? You hear me?
Don't talk to me like that, like you trying to spit on me. Yo, why you always talk to me like that sometimes, bro? Like you be pillow talking to me. What's wrong with you? Yo, maybe sometimes I'll be calling Ron up. This dude straight whispering to me like, yo, what's up?
Dub, I got a 2-year-old son. Do you ever take it to consideration that maybe he sleep, or maybe I might be at my parents' house and they might be sleep?
Rod. There's no reason that damn near every single time it sounds as if you're trying to pillow talk to me every single time, bro.
So
Dub, he think he hella cool. He think he hella cool, Dub. That's his cool
single.
voice.
No, he's single now. Wow, Ron, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
This is nasty, Dub.
That's why we talking to you.
Hey, Dub, when it's streaming, call me.
Yo, PC fam, thank y'all for rocking with us, man. Shout out to 2023 is going to be a great year for Players' Choice, man. 2022, we ended that on a high note. Let's make 2023 even better. We appreciate y'all rocking with us for this long. Y'all are the GOATs. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Also, if you need to re-up your membership to the YouTube channel, do that. If you want to become a new member to the YouTube channel, do that. You can also actually support the podcast now if you listen on Spotify, Apple, Google, whatever all the platforms are. There is now a link in the description to support the show if you wish to do so. As always, we appreciate y'all.
JD.
We love y'all.
Y'all practice safe sex, man.
Well,
but
yeah,
I'm stuck, so y'all
too.
putting up a heart. That's crazy.
At least I say, hey Ron, put the hearts up.
What's up? All right, y'all. We'll catch you on Wednesday. Have a great new year. Go make sure you chase those New Year's resolutions.
God bless you.
Yo, we out, man. Peace.
Hey, Mars.